Okay, welcome to session 36 of Ghost of Saltmarsh. Last session, an eventful one, an eventful first day of the festival. So we opened after you coming back from your hunting adventure with some large lizards, some giant turtles. With you, before settling to bed, some of you decided to start on your pies for the competition the next day. You had Ozzy, Scarrick slaving away in the kitchen, using their assorted parts to perfect their craft under the watchful eye of Picard. Styles decided to sleep and work on his in the morning. As you two slaved away, there was a little bit of tomfoolery, you could say, as Ozzy decided to salt Scarrick's hard work with literal salt. Picard, observing this, decided to repay the favour and equally salt Ozzy's pie unbeknownst to him. Next morning, Scarrick came up,
turned it poisonous.
Which may have turned it poisonous, as we found out later. In one way, he sort of committed suicide, I guess.
That's the angle I'm going for.
Styles came up next morning and decided to work on his nice blue lizard pie made from the claws of the lizards. And you headed out to the hive, the hubbub that was the first day of the Festival of Richfest, 7-day event. The mayor greeted you all and praised the good harvest, which this whole festival is like the height of summer. It's about celebrating success, celebrating good crops, and the overarching sort of deity is Pelor, the god of the sun. And then it was up to you to roam the streets and see what mischief you could get up to. You rapidly crushed the dreams of one of the Wave-Crested children, Isaac, who had his lock stall and his small little puzzle box, which you, using your superior wit and knowledge, cracked in front of his very eyes. He did try and sort of overcome your knowledge with his little trick inside, a rod that seemed to not move. However, you're adventurous, you're experienced, and you've had interesting things across your time, and you worked out this was an immovable rod. And by pressing the button, you took it from him. And what was it you left in its place? Because he needed some sort of...
a book on what men know about women or something.
Exactly, yes. The book on everything men know about women.
Yeah.
Was left a suitable prize for any aspiring man trying to navigate the seas of the females.
It's a small book.
It's a big book. It's just small in information. After this, you decided you needed a drink. This is a festival of rejoicing and celebration. So you headed down to the Jolly Roger, the vessel entirely dedicated to wide selections of drinks and meads, ales, wines. And paying a daily fare, you got your wristband and decided to sample some. After trying various shots from around the realm and ales and wines, there was a slight incident with the Pina Colossus where you found it did shrink when you drank from it, but it also inflated when you added water. Using your jug of vast quantities, you filled it to the size of a giant boulder, causing Scarrick to roll all the way down the vessel, people careering out the way as he crashed into huge barrels at the end. A very entertaining lark. It was while you were on this vessel that you were handed a card for the Bonnie boat, a seductive vessel anchored next to the Jolly Roger. And perusing its wares, you each found a certain something that you enjoyed. Perhaps Picard didn't enjoy it, we're not really sure. And then, time calling you, you headed to the mead judging festival, which you'd been asked to help judge in at 4 p.m. Heading here, you tried a variety of meads from around the island, created by locals and some visitors. And I believe, who did you make win?
The guy who's from the
Jericho's
shipyard.
Nectar of the Gods. Yeah. And that was also a point where you found out the secret ingredient was the violet jungle vines, which he sourced from the black market on his yearly vacation.
Did I ask him for his contact?
I think you asked him where he got it from, and he said he'd try and find out for you.
Yeah, he was going to ask his mother or something.
Yeah, or his wife, maybe. DM hurriedly writes a note. After this festival, your belly's full of mead. You moved on to the pie competition. And it was here you proudly presented your wares, along with many other wares from, again, around the island, people who've put hard work and craft into them. There was an iced cream pie, a seasoned potato pie, a beloved pie. And the judges, tasting them all, crowned the Styles entry, the blue-footed lizard pie, the winner. It was shortly after this that you decided whether it was time for Picard to try eating again. And having some of Ozzy's pie, things turned a little more interesting. Picard, unbeknownst to the party, decided it was the perfect time to play a prank where he appeared to be dead, without any means to tell that it was a prank or any way to fix him. So, laying dead in the street, Ozzy and his friends, thinking they've just killed a member of the Mister Men. People went into some despair, some action stations. The town medics were called. They ran across, getting the one reserved diamond of Tempesta and using it in a revivify spell, which unfortunately failed. Things were getting desperate, and there was a point where you thought you'd lost your friend. It's hard to know the workings of someone who doesn't eat, drink, or sleep, and fear began to set in. And this was when Scarrick made a choice to ask for help from his god. And as with any asking, there is always a price to be paid. He left the crowds, wandering towards the houses, and after pausing in an alley near some wrecked bedding, casting a spell to find out who was evil, he targeted a man. Coming up behind him, he slit his throat, casting a spell on the blade to cause his clothes to burst into flame. As the man burnt before his eyes, he prayed to his god to save his friend. Running back to the scene, your hand on Picard's head forced him to wake up. And the town was rejoiced. They believed Pelor had come and saved the day, a miracle. This person was dead beyond dead, and he is now returned. Everyone caught up in the jubilation and the excitement picked Picard up and began to lead him through town, with the rest of you following along. Well, except Scarrick, who sat in the dirt near the docks, crying and forcing dirt into his mouth. After a few minutes, he got back up and headed back to the vessel, the Jolly Roger, to drown his sorrows. And as the rest of you made your way back around for the evening, some of you heading back to the bonny boat, some of you joining Scarrick on the Jolly Roger, the fire dancers came out as the night set in. And the lasting image for Scarrick before he fell asleep on the deck was the fire dancer's body is turning into the charred remains of the person he'd just killed. I believe, as you went into the evening, we had Scarrick and Picard on the Jolly Roger. I know Styles was in the, what was she called? In Nightshade's room on the bonny boat. And where were you, Ozzy?
I was in the room.
You'd gone to the room, hadn't you? Yes. Your night ended with a eye-opening experience, eyes and possibly other orifices, as you were drilled throughout the evening. Drilled in the ways of the room.
Oh, intense.
And so, unless there's anything else anyone would like to add, I believe you all rest where you are and awake the next morning. for day 2 of the festival. So, the 2 that wake up on the bunny boat, Ozzy, I assume you come out slightly sore.
Oh my god. I am.
And as you come out of your room, you see Mr. Styles coming out of the room opposite.
Do I get a long rest? Like, did I sleep? Or, like, did the room just, like, go on through the whole night? Like, what?
I'd say normally when you pay for a night of entertainment, it would go on for the full night, but you can choose if you want to... it's your time in there. If you wanted to rest and curl up with some leather-clad dungeon master, then you can.
I think at some point I would have like called quits. I think it would have got the better of me. I think
most of the time, most patrons would spend the evening in leisure and relaxation, and they would rest throughout the
what was Ozzy's safe word?
Well, in the contract it said Parmesan.
Ali.
Oh yeah.
But I come out in the morning and do I see Styles?
Yeah, I'd imagine Styles, unless you're trying to be unless you're trying to hide the fact you were there, you would just come out, and it's sort of that the 2 people coming out in the hallway scenario as you both close. To be fair, you've come up from a ladder from underneath, Ozzy, so as you sort of get to the top rung and look down.
I'm limping a little bit. Oh.
I look down the arch and what's down there, Ozzy?
Oh, the room. I wouldn't recommend it. It's very intense.
Okay.
There was really big burly men with like long rods and sticks and lots of chains and whips, and it was intense, man. And I grab you by the collar and pull you in. I was like, and Parmesan. That's not the safe word. This guy came out and sprinkled cheese over me, and they all laughed at me and fucked me harder. Oh God, it was intense. Let's not talk about this with anyone. Come on. I need a drink.
Come on.
You do hear the sound of a door shutting behind you, and as you're sort of now just about to head upstairs, you turn around. You see a thin man with a clean-shaven head and short hair. Just his trousers pulled up, but his shirt bundled in his hand. He just sort of shuts the door, gives you a quick side eye, and then runs past you up onto the top deck.
What room did he come out of doing that?
As you walk down and you see the doors, because they're not labelled, but they do sort of have a theme. This one looks very reminiscent of a church door, you could say.
Did we just see the page boy?
Maybe he visited the page boy.
Oh. This place is weird, man. There's a vice for everyone here.
Wonder if it's too early to book for tonight.
What, the page boy?
No, not the page boy. Come on, let's go get a drink.
So you head back on the top deck and you see there's people beginning to mill around. For you two who are on the Jolly Roger, Picard, what have you spent the evening doing? The fire dance went on quite late into the evening, and there was still quite activity on this vessel. People drinking, and slowly and surely people have ebbed and flowed away, and it's died down. You see people sort of washing the decks down and stuff like that. Scarrick has just been asleep in the big pile of pillows up on the aft castle, and guests are welcome to stay for the evening. It's just if you wish to drink in the morning, there'll be a further charge, that's all. Picard, you've lost your voice overnight. Must be the pie. No. Good God, man.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Excellent, thank you.
Nope.
While Scarrick's been sleeping, Picard's just been sat watching him, never not looking at him, just constantly just like
Scarrick.
watching him as he sleeps.
Nice.
Creepy.
Scarrick, as you come out of your slumber, then you awake to see Picard just staring at you, perched on a upturned barrel.
Oh, morning, Captain.
Good morning, Mr. Scarrick. I trust you've slept well. What? I don't know why I'm asking. I've been watching you all night. I've seen you slept reasonably well. So that's
That's unsettling.
just like to watch over my Mr. Men, you know. I'll make sure they're safe.
And how are you feeling this morning?
Well, I feel better than ever. Yes, had a wonderful day yesterday.
Any dreams?
No, nothing. Just watching you, which some may say is a dream of itself. You know, being with friends and making sure they're safe. But no,
Right, maybe don't watch everyone while they sleep. That's
if I could, I would.
could creep people out.
I would watch over all of my friends, my crew.
Picard, Scarrick!
Oh no!
Hey, good morning.
Morning!
And
Good
as
morning.
you walk up the gangplanks,
fun?
coming to greet your friends, one of the people who run on the Jolly Roger, he comes up to you. Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh,
Will you
Right,
be?
another day's work for the four of us, please.
Thank you
I'll get it.
kindly. It's just 40 gold, sir.
No problem.
Well,
I
thank you,
think actually
Scarrick.
he only charge you 30, doesn't he? Because
Oh,
Finger
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
Picard doesn't.
Just 30, sir. Thank you. Make yourself at home. And if you need anything, just call.
Ah, thank you.
Could I actually get 10 of those penis coladas, please?
Penis coladas.
Oh,
Sorry,
Pina Colossus, sir.
coladas. Colossus, aye, that's the one.
10.
Could I get 10 of those to
very
go,
well.
please?
Remember the song. Remember the song. Penis
course.
coladas. You'll never forget the name, not that way.
And you see him run down, a few people begin to collect stuff together, and as you settle back up on the thing after about 10-15 minutes, he brings them back up.
Nothing like a bit of air of the dog to get the day going.
Aye.
Everyone
We're in
all...
the festival, we might as well.
Well, that's it. Yeah, gotta make the most of it. It's not like we drink through the day normally, so, you know. Everyone ready for another full day of activities?
Yes. What's on the agenda for today?
Well, pull out the rich fest.
Oh, we've got the
What do we
cliff
got?
jumping.
Cliff
two.
jumping. Ooh, that sounds
Aye,
fun.
and then we've got the Battle of the Blades.
Ooh,
Noon.
that sounds good.
Oh, the blades.
When's
So,
high
I
tide?
think I'll definitely be entering the Battle of Blades.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good one for you, Scarrick.
When, Picard, when's high tide?
It is. Presumably, I would know this.
Yeah, you check either you check your book or you know it from your constant reading of the pages.
God,
Um,
I've learned by now what it does.
You know it's around between 2:30 and 3 o'clock it comes to high tide.
Yes, around 2:30, perhaps 3 in the PM.
Oh,
Experience
okay.
the high
So,
tide,
Battle of the Blades is first then.
I see.
Battle O Blades.
Aye.
They're missing an F here. I don't know why. And a the.
Fun.
Weird. Is that it? I think that's it for today. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
The other things you haven't seen yet, there was another stall in the market that seemed to have some activity yesterday, and then the other vessel that's in the harbour is obviously the vessel of the Freaks,
Oh yeah.
which as you sort of peer across there is a slight mist that hangs over the water from the heat of the day before, and it almost seems to engulf this vessel. It looks dark and gothically grotesque in the light and sort of jovial spirit of the festival.
Why do we think's on that boat there, the vessel of freaks? What kind of freaks do you think they're talking about here?
All your exes?
Women.
Ha ha ha! Good one. And sexist.
Oh,
Hopefully there will be some freakish women on there. That could be fun. that right, Styles?
Indeed.
Yeah, he's getting into it now. Getting into this whole like
Yeah, I
sex
think we.
thing.
I have had sex before, you know.
Have you?
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, can't beat it. Can't beat it. One of life's many joys.
You found out they can try and beat it, though.
Yeah, they were trying really hard. Yeah, I don't want to go back to there. Ooh.
Maybe Scarrick would enjoy it. What do you think?
It's possible. It's scary. You fancy trying the room later?
No, I don't think I'll be needing to go back there. That's fine, thank you.
Okay.
We bumped into Pixie this morning. She was asking after you.
That's true.
I don't think that's true. Yes. She was she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was asking where's the little fella in the armour. Which assume she was talking about you.
I mean, we barely, I just kind of slept. It's just.
You slept? But it was in the afternoon.
I sometimes have. I had a nap. I decided it would be good for the mead
Just have a quick power nap.
competition. The bed looked nice, and so.
Was this before or after you fucked the brains
So, are
out?
we going to the Freaks or the market first? I think it could be good to see if they have anything interesting in the market. I'll have one of those whiskies, sir. Thank you.
Oh, perhaps one of these, sir. And you see he's bringing up a large sort of wooden tray. On top is what at first you think could be sausages. But then as he lowers it down, you see the
He looks scared.
the semi-clear veined semi-clear veined appearance of what you know to be intestines, often used in sort of blood sausages and meat dishes and things. This is called the hook and slider. It is a cooked goat's intestine filled with a heavy beer, and it is customary afterwards to chew on the intestine for a bit of substance.
Oh,
Sounds great.
fancy.
I'll just start like in front of Ozzy, just like guzzling it down.
It's the more grim and alcoholic version of a froob, I believe.
I
Squirt a little bit out onto.
I don't know if I'm quite ready
Onto Ozzy.
to eat just yet. Thank you.
Not a problem,
What's
sir.
wrong? Don't you like a bit of sausage, Ozzy?
Oh, no.
Perhaps
It's
one of
really
these for
good.
you then.
I'm feeling a bit sick, and also I'm getting horrendous flashbacks. Yeah, there was a lot of that going on. It's not good. Parmesan is not the safe word. They fucking lied.
And he passes you another drink. And this one is a small shot with a little inscription tied around it. And as you peel the inscription off and read, it says, "There once was a captain and crew who made the most wonderful brew. From rations of lime, they would in their spare time make fine drinks no man could outdo." And the spirit is a distilled lime, almost like a liqueur. It has a nice potency to it, but also a refreshing and palatable flavour.
Oh, it's a fancy rhyme. They're missing the T out of Captain. These people can't spell here, can they?
I think they're drunk most of the time.
I think they are.
Surprised.
I will throw that back.
Okay.
Uh,
Where do you wish to go?
Pack hard. Maybe just take it easy on the food and drink today, right? Don't
Yes,
want any
sure.
accidents again, do we?
Yeah. Exactly. We wouldn't want to relive yesterday.
Absolutely not. You just take it easy, yeah?
Oh yes, of course. You can count on me.
Now, you feeling all right? Like, I mean, I was going to say, did you get a good night's sleep? But that doesn't really
Oh, I had a
apply.
wonderful night.
Did you?
Yes, just watching Mr. Scarrick.
What, all night?
Yes, all night. Very soothing.
It was a strange way to wake up, to be honest.
I'm surprised that you needed so much sleep after your afternoon nap.
That's a good point.
Well, I drank quite a lot, so that always shakes me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm feeling well. I'm in high spirits. Looking forward to seeing some freaks.
Well, the day's off to a good start then. Right, well, let's. I'm gonna go get some fresh air. Anyone care to join? Have a look around. You want to go see the
down to
freaks
market.
before
More freaks.
before the Battle of Blades?
Sure.
Found
Yeah,
freaks
I'll,
go very well with breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do it.
So, you head off to Jolly Roger, perhaps taking a couple of drinks to go. Do you store any of the penis colossus? The pina coladas. That's-
So
That's a
all of
tongue
those would
twister.
just go in my bag, yeah.
yeah, I thought so. You so pop them in your bag.
Yeah. I'll
You
just
will
take a
note
few
they are
raw beers.
perhaps perishable, since they are made from what seem to be pineapples. So
Ah,
but- you'll see. We'll see how the oxygen in the bag works with decomposition. You head that is it, into the marketplace just to pick up some food for the morning, and there's already people out with stalls, fresh baked pastries, some like cooked meats, and all this sort of thing is all on display on the stalls. And I'd say for possibly around 2 silver, all of you could eat for the morning. But before you take it out of your coffers, as you're walking around, people are instantly paying attention to you, Picard, and a few people come up, grasping your good hand and placing a piece of silver in it, and just saying words such as, "Oh, praise be to Pello, praise be."
Ah, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
And a lot of people are just like almost like touching you on the shoulder and just. Is this Pat's timely disconnect? He's back. There's always one per session.
just kidding.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
People are coming up and touching you, and some people are like almost bowing their heads towards you.
More bowing. I like this. This is less touching, more bowing. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I just ask? Just remind me. Obviously, everyone thinks it was Pelor.
Yeah.
But Scarrick did tell us. Did you tell us that you spoke to Pyremus and he gave
Yeah.
you the power to do it? Yeah.
And you would have. I think I did like say out loud, like, "Help me, Pyremus," while I was.
Right.
I think Picard was sort of absent for any
Yeah.
kind of clarity because he was being like hoisted up, like he was at a Jewish wedding or whatever. So.
We did. We
That
did have a
makes
chat
sense.
in the
Yeah, you
bar
asked him
where
about
Ozzy was
Pyremus.
explaining it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you did actually. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, "What do you know about Pyremus?" And you're like, "Absolutely nothing."
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what my favorite color is.
What was your god before Pyremus? Like, what was it supposed to be?
The dwarven god, Moradin.
Moradin. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, Moradin, yeah. So as you're eating some of the pastries and just generally enjoying the atmosphere, you notice a woman in the crowd talking to one of the guards, one of the shark hunters. She's wearing a simple brown dress and a green scarf. Her brown hair is messy, and she looks tired. You see her hand him a piece of parchment, and as you're sort of walking past, you overhear her say, he didn't come home last night. I've been looking around town all night, but no one's seen him." And then you walk past.
Morning.
Oh,
Right,
someone
yeah,
went
Everything
missing.
all
I'd
right?
say as a group, as you're sort of walking past, you hear it.
Oh,
Picard takes an interest.
I,
Oh,
Are you alright? Is everything okay?
Oh, you're the one. You're the miracle.
It is I, the miracle. You can call me that. That's a name that's going to stick.
And
Remember that, gentlemen.
she drops to her knees, like just grasping your hand. Please,
Oh. Ooh.
please spare me some of your God's help. Ask Pelor to help me. My father is missing.
Oh. Oh, I see.
I whispered to Styles, like, you don't think that's the kid who left
Well-
the room this morning, right?
It could have been. He wasn't a rush.
I mean, I can keep an eye out for him, and I can certainly put in a good word.
What's he look like?
Well, oh, that's a good question. Yes, what does he look like?
He's old for his years now.
Oh,
Simple clothes, grey hair. His name is Henrik.
Henrik.
Henrik Gurney.
Henrik Gurney.
Henrik Gurney. Well, we'll keep an eye out for
Saying
him.
Henrik Gurney.
We'll keep
Rose
an
and-
eye.
Scarrick's head, them two just like repeating Henrik Gurney are just going
Henrik-
over and over in my head. Henrik Gurney.
Henrik Gurney. Henrik Gurney. I wonder. What? We'll keep an eye out. He wasn't on the Jolly Roger. We
Thank you.
just left there.
Yes.
I'm worried he's fallen into the bay. He does have a tendency to drink. And
I'll-
your eyes sort of drop to the floor, and you see. Make a perception check. Those of you are interacting, so possibly
Yeah.
Ozzy and Picard at this point.
8. I'm too drunk on the fact that she called me a miracle.
22.
Miracle. Yes.
So, Picard, as you're just fixated on her, like, big in your ego, Ozzy, you actually take some time to look at the person. But as she sort of looks down and says that she fears he may have fallen into the dock because he struggles with his drink, you see as the scarf shifts, there are visible bruising around her neck, and her head moves back, and she sort of rearranges it. I've asked the guards to search today.
Are you okay, ma'am? Aside from the missing.
Yes, it's just my sisters. We rely on him. He's a good man. And they will miss him at the... Oh, dear God.
Well,
Hey,
Please come back.
He'll
we'll
be fine.
yeah,
he'll be
I'm sure he'll be fine. We'll keep an eye out.
He hasn't been gone that long, has he?
Yeah, it's just
No.
just one night, right? Like,
It's
Ugh.
just he's always home. He's always comes home.
Oh, I know, but you know what? Alcoholics are like, to be a tad unpredictable. So
and
I'm
there
sure
is
he's-
like there's a
I
big
suppose.
fucking brothel on that boat over there. You're gonna spend the night
exactly, he's probably
Oh,
been knee deep in sex workers.
there. Yeah, it's
all
probably.
night.
If I want great, I'm sure there was a guy like that in the room I was in last night.
Yeah,
oh,
just give him a little time to wash himself off, and
Well-
Yeah, he'll be back, don't worry.
okay. I'll perhaps check the seaman's mission first. He
Yes, check.
often went there to console those who have lost. But
Yes.
we live on a farm on the outskirts of town. If you hear anything, please.
Oh, of course.
let me know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Anything comes up, any information.
Thank you. And she stands, and then you see her sort of look around for a second, and then move towards the docks.
That
Do
guy.
we know, Scarrick, what he did? Or do we just know he prayed and just used magic?
Yeah, you don't know what he
Nah,
did.
just
He
went
left
away.
the
You didn't see it.
large group who was to the edge of town.
That guy's most likely in the brothel, and she's just
Well,
in
yes,
denial.
I would presume so. It seems to be what most people are doing these evenings.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye out for him anyway.
So it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
She had bruises on her neck. I don't know if.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Bruises.
Yeah.
See.
Icky situation, I think.
Yes. Well, maybe best if we stay out of it. But we
Aye,
if we find
probably
out,
best.
we'll.
The bruises could be innocent. Your tail's quite bruised, Ozzy.
Yeah, she might have been at the brothel. We don't know. She might work there.
I mean, there's a lot of people in that room, so. Yeah, maybe.
Well, right, onwards to the freaks.
Come on.
So you head down back to the docks and finish your morning breakfast and perhaps supping a few of the drinks that you've had from the Jolly Roger. You are in good spirits as you approach the large ship. The ship itself is a similar build to the Sea Ghost, but it almost seems bigger. Its deck sits high above the water. Its large aft castle ornately decorated. The wood is dark and rich and has intricate carvings that, as you get closer and begin to walk to the gangplank which comes to the dock, they reveal themselves as distorted faces that are made up into scrollwork. These twisted mouths and eyes come up and turn into ornate carvings. And as you sort of fixate on them as you're walking past, about to reach out, you almost hear the sounds of screams. But perhaps it's just the morning wind.
Oh, this place is freaky.
I just need you to make a group perception check.
$19.
22.
23.
23. What'd you get, Scarrick?
10.
10. Okay. Scarrick, you're drawn to... You're almost intrigued to see what this is about, and you rush forward. The others, as you look across the sort of the scrolls and follow it, and just have more a general perception of the ship and its sort of grandeur. You see where the name is, where they've written the Vessel of Freaks and painted over. There appears to be a name underneath. The name that is under reads Tempest.
Does that ring a bell? Do we?
May ring a bell
Yeah, I don't
for
recognise that.
Picard.
Does?
He has a little look for his inventory.
Oh.
You head down to the gangplank, and as you walk up, the morning mist beginning to clear, and you're still... It's creepy, but you know, so carnival attractions. So you were greeted by a hunched man in a moth-bitten dark grey suit. It's a three-piece with long coattails that fall behind him. He looks frail, his eyes sunken, his skin taut across his skull. He extends a thin hand to you and greets you. Welcome, welcome to the Ship of Souls, a collection of the world's rarest souls. Just 2 silver to enter.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I believe it's my turn to pay for something, gentlemen.
Come.
By all means.
And he
Well,
ushers
thank you,
you.
Styles. I don't suppose you need any room for more freaks like this guy here. Point at Picard.
He tilts his head.
Gets some good money out of this guy.
Ah, I see.
I show my arm trick. I go, oh, very well.
His sunken eyes sort of
Selling
open
himself.
slightly. Emery Cromwell is always looking for additional souls.
I don't like
Tour my vessel and see what you think.
Okay.
Perhaps we could be acquaintances.
Maybe.
Follow me. And after paying the money, he shuffles forward, heading to the large aft castle of the vessel. You see there is a large wooden door locked from deck side. He pulls some keys out the inside of his pocket and unlocks a large lock. Slide in the heavy bolt across and removing the padlock. Enter, if you please. And remember, do not touch the exhibits that are out of reach, or you may leave with an unwanted souvenir.
Oh, creepy. I
What
like
do you
it.
think he means?
I think it's AIDS.
Ah, brilliant.
You leave with AIDS.
I in real life didn't quite catch that, so I imagine what it is, but I'm just going to walk up to the cage, is it, and get close?
Oh no,
Is
so you're
that
just
what
about
the
to enter the
place
door.
We're not in it.
He said just don't touch anything that's out of reach. And he's opened a large door, and you see a narrowed passageway that extends into a dimly lit corridor. And he ushers you inside.
Paul, this Tempest thing that you mentioned,
Hmm.
do I have an item of some sort that has Tempest connection?
It will be...
It's not the sand timer, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because I wrote that as rubbish.
Have a
sand
look at
timer.
Father Wyndham's lost ship list,
Fuck. Okay.
which should be in your journal.
My journal. Okay. Oh. Right. Carry on while I search for that.
Yeah, from the lighthouse is that.
That's from
Also,
From the boat when we.
Mhm.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Gellen's pleasure cruise.
Yeah.
So,
What? Where did you find
There
that?
was. Yeah.
the ship
there was,
that went missing.
Yeah, and I was trying to find connections between that and the murders, and there wasn't any. I'll have a lucky Lou.
Interesting.
who leads the way into the corridor?
I'll just be pushing forward.
Okay.
Just casually interested.
Okay. You've experienced things like this before. You've experienced carnivals and freak shows, and they always have this creepy vibe. It's nothing. It's unnerving in a pleasurable way. It's not. You're not drawing a weapon or anything like that. But as you pass through the door and enter dimly lit corridor, the sound of the festival and the noise from outside does seem to just ebb away. And there is just this creaking sounds of the ship rocking back and forth.
Oh, this is creepy. Good theme in here. They've done it well.
The corridor turns right at the end, and as you all get inside, you hear the of the door shutting and locking behind you.
I hope that's a normal
Get ready,
thing.
boys.
Oh, no,
I'm sure it's all part
no
of the
escape
pageantry.
now.
Did you say it was?
Familiar to anybody else?
I'm just gonna pop my my goggles on for my dark vision because I'm a little bit paranoid.
So how dark it is in here right now?
It's dim. It's dim light, so you can still see the walls and that the corridor twists right, but it's there's no windows or anything in here. It's just these odd little candles that light the way.
Oh my god! Stars, look behind you!
Yeah, yeah.
I use minor illusion to create this like ghostly face right behind him, like.
Oh jeez.
Can he see through it? I can't remember.
I turned round and who's leading?
Scarrick was leading.
Okay.
I run straight into Scarrick into the back of him.
Hold on there, lad. Sure,
He pushes you round the corner.
Aussie, probably.
Stars,
turn-
too easy.
You see a narrow passage, and the passage has small viewpoints opening up on each side. At points, as you travel along and look through these, there are ladders and stairs, and after a while it's hard to tell which part of the ship you're in. But the first window that comes up, as you look through, it's a small viewing window around 1 foot square in the side of the wall. And the first thing you notice is a golden glow that seems to emit from it, lighting the corridor. Anyone care to take a peek?
I'll look in.
Okay. As you stand on tiptoes to peek through,
Do you little lift you
see-
up?
Would you like me to
What
find
can
you a
find?
box?
you see a well-lit sitting room filled with lavish chairs, rugs, and the glow comes from a golden orb that floats in the center, casting light on a woman that sits in the chair. The woman is a beautiful elf. However, she is combing a long, golden beard that extends down across her breasts and down across her waist.
Oh,
You know elven women
I see.
do not grow facial hair, so this oddity surprises you, and as the others come up to the window, you
It
read
excites me.
a small card that reads The Bearded Elf.
The bearded elf. Wow, that is fascinating. They can't normally grow facial hair.
Oh, can they not? Oh,
Yeah.
that's. I suppose that's interesting.
I wonder if she's got some, like, dwarven blood in her.
It's quite beguiling, isn't it?
No.
I mean, what? Shall we move on? I don't, there's nothing to see here. I guess.
You got a boner.
Disinterested
Oh,
Picard,
no,
I'd
no,
imagine
no.
you push past.
Yeah.
And you see another small card near a long window this time, one that stretches almost from floor to ceiling of the corridor. There is a card near the window that reads "The Tall Dwarf." Inside, you see a hulking figure hunched in a 6-foot room. As you push your face up to the glass, he turns his face, and he lets out a huge roar. Flexing his arms, he has the same dimensions as Scarrick, but is huge.
Look at the size of that guy. He's massive.
So fake. It's just,
Is it?
Make a perception
He's
check, Scarrick.
probably not drank a lot of water recently to, make him look more fucking
Want to
massive.
make him look
Yeah.
like fucking 20 foot tall?
Perception check, dude. So,
Yeah.
Maybe I should stop drinking water.
a 17.
17, okay. As you sort of quaff this idea of a tall dwarf, you sort of look sideways at the glass and you notice it's slightly thicker than normal. Perhaps this could be a trick of the glass.
I mean, he doesn't look that big, and I just bring up my hammer and start tapping slightly harder on the glass.
You're trying to break it, or
Mr. Scarrick, what are you?
yeah.
You be careful.
Oh,
You don't want to have to pay for this.
Scarrick, what are you doing?
Just don't think he's that big. Maybe
What?
I could
Well,
We're
Well,
arm
not,
whether
wrestle
he's
through the
big
door.
or not, we're not going to smash the exhibit.
we're not here. Yeah.
How thick are we talking, Paul? Would I have to actually
As you're sort of-
swing at it?
Yeah, as you're tapping the hammer on it, you hear like the dull thud of something that is at least 2 to 3 inches thick. It's not a normal pain, and like through some of the equipment you may have used in blacksmithing, often people use large lenses such as this to magnify products on the other side.
Let's.
Nah, it's all a lie. Look,
Let's
this is a magnifying glass.
I look to the rest of the party like. I think Scarrick's got a bit of a superiority complex going on here. Come on, Scarrick. Yeah, it's a trick of the light.
You're
Come on.
always
Go
so
look
quick
at the
to
next one.
talk about these big dwarfs, so I
It's-
don't know what you're talking about. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
dwarf that can beat me.
Exactly. It's a trick of the light. Come on, let's go look at the next one.
Yes, come on.
I'm hanging back, and
Magnifying glass.
each of them are looking, but attentively, because someone fucking scared me, and I'm on edge now.
Okay. So as the others sort of turn round the corner and descend some stairs that sort of turn back on themselves, you sort of come to each one, tentatively looking, and I'd say your confidence builds as these don't scare you too much. They're just your general exhibit. The next sort of corridor that you come to, again dimly lit by small candles and alcoves, there's a set of bars in one side of the wall running from top to bottom. As you come up to them, you see a young girl in a simple white dress, head down. She looks up as you approach. Her blonde hair is tied in pigtails. Her eyes look large and sad.
Oh, hey there, miss. How's it going?
As you say that, she begins to smile. And as she does, her smile extends wider, wider, until it hits ear to ear and her mouth opens. She screams, showing rows of pointed teeth that seem to be soaked in red. And she charges at the bars until a chain clamps her back.
Oh my kitty god. What is
And then
this
her head
monstrosity?
goes down and her mouth closes again. You just hear like as her jaw forms back in.
Placard
Puts her head down
for
and goes to the back of the room.
a label. Is there any label on this one?
You look to one side of the bars and you see on a small label it says, "The girl with the beautiful smile."
I
So
go.
this label is factually incorrect.
Well, what does it say? Scarrig's mother?
No.
Haha, very
No.
Is that your mother?
It's just the girl with the beautiful smile, I believe.
I'd imagine you three see this
Fire
before
me.
Styles comes to join you. So as he joins, she's just sat at the back of the room again.
What do you mean it's
Actually,
his
me and my
mum?
mother.
And
You-
I put my head real close to the cage.
As you do, she sort of
No,
head
she's
down,
just a human, isn't she? She's
walks slowly up, eyes wide, looking at you. She gets as close as her chain allows, which is there's probably a foot gap,
why is she in a chain?
and then she snaps, and her mouth just instant, this spit like blasting into your face.
Fucking please, kill me.
As you run down to the end of the corridor, Styles, you see a ladder that you just bolt down, and then the corridor heads in the opposite direction.
No, don't go down there, the spiders.
In an alcove in the side, you see a large glass top case. Inside is a selection of skeletons. You see ones that seem to be miniature humans, others that are mixtures of animals, monkeys and snakes mixed together, an owlbear skull with 3 eye sockets. The small label sits on the front of the case saying, "Wonders of the Natural World."
Is this down the next ladder?
Yeah.
So I'll start making way. Making a way. After Styles.
You head down and see the case, and some of you look over it. One of you notices a small hole in the wall behind. It's just the size of an eye hole.
Ooh.
Put my eye to it.
There's a sign underneath that reads "The Invisible Man."
Well, I'm not expecting to see anything in this
Running
exhibit.
with an invisible penis in the eye.
The glory hole.
Yeah, Pike Eye puts his eye to the eye hole.
You see an empty room with a bed and a sink.
He turns around and goes, "Whoa, this
Right.
one really works."
Really? Let's have a look.
Yeah,
Have a look.
I can't see him at all.
I'd knock on the wood like, "Hello, is anyone in there? Is anyone actually in there?"
You don't hear anything. Except
don't-
the creaks of the ship.
I don't think there's actually anyone in
I
there.
could put your arm through, wave around maybe, see if this.
It's this like eye
feel
hole.
anything.
Oh yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, you can. Think.
Yeah. He says, "Absolutely not. Did you see the last poor creature in these rooms? What if he could also bite my fingers? I don't want that.
I don't think.
Don't have any fingers. It's
not
not
important.
real.
You put your fingers in then.
I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, you like it.
I don't think there's anything in
I
there.
can't put my hand to the wall. Aye, I think that's an empty room.
I could put my dick in the hole.
Yes, do that.
I don't think it's long enough to feel anything.
You tail through it.
It'll get past the plank.
I go up and put my tail through, like as far as it goes. See if I can touch any thoughts.
How thin is your tail?
So,
Well, I don't know how
I guess
big's
you
the
could
hole.
squish the end. The hole's like an eye hole, like that.
Yeah, so
Um,
like, this, well,
You could probably push it.
get
on
in a
through.
little bit.
I thought
He's
we
got it
discussed the devil point on the end.
Yeah,
it's
I think the devil plate's flexible, isn't
It
it?
folds.
Not rock solid.
It's soft cartilage.
It's like an ear material.
An octopus.
Yeah. You push your tail through. The unfortunate thing is, with your tail protruding through, obviously no one can see anything anymore. So
You know,
as
rubbing
you
your arsehole all over people's
as you
face
wave it
together.
about, trying to decipher where it is, you feel it knock into something, but you're not sure whether you just knocked one of the ornaments or things in there or actual person. There is no grasp on your tail.
I've hit something, but I can't really feel. Oh! Someone's pulling me! Someone's pulling me! Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I don't think there's anything in there.
Well,
I
we may
look.
never
I look back through, see what I knocked over.
You look back in, you see on the small table and sink to one side, the little glass full of like combs and things like that is knocked and just rolls, drops onto the floor.
I'm just gonna have one last look through and cast Divine Sense.
I was wondering if you would.
Okay.
I'm intrigued now.
And what will it show you? Just remind me again.
You can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell. Know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. It's not behind total cover.
Yeah, you don't get.
So I imagine that to be when I'm looking at people,
Yeah.
I see that aura of
Yeah,
what they
If
are.
they're
So
one
if
of
there
them
is someone
thing.
in there, I would see whether they're good or evil.
that's true. You don't get anything.
No, it's a light. There's no one in there. This place is shite.
You said that about the tall dwarf, and he was fucking massive.
Oh no, he's smaller than me. It's just a magnifying glass.
Nope.
Soltex.
I saw him. He was very tall, and you were very minuscule.
No.
You've been a downer on this place since we got here.
You
Oh,
move
man,
further
but
down the
it's my money.
corridor.
Pretty dwarf.
Who would like to look through the next window?
I'll do it.
I will while I still have my.
No, you do them. Oh.
Me, that's
Where is
gone.
everyone?
Oh,
Am
everyone.
I back?
Did we all go there?
Did everyone go?
We all froze. Yeah.
That
weird.
wasn't me.
No. That was weird.
It's the Invisible Man.
Yeah, I'll go
It's
while
with
I've
the
got my
wires.
Divine Sense up.
Okay. You look through the window and it is filled with webs to the point where all you can see. I don't think it works on animals, does it? As such.
No.
only-
Probably not, no, because they're not aware of good and evil, are they?
I don't think it's like...
It's not like a radar.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd be able to use it to see invisible people, wouldn't you? Like, I think it's
Yeah.
just...
It's just like a sense, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what the limitations on it
Yeah,
are.
but how would you specify between people? Surely you can sense
Hmm.
who is good and
Yeah,
who is
true.
bad.
I think it does have an aura on a person.
I'll Google it.
Okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, you don't get anything.
What
in
is this
room.
Google you speak of?
But you look in and it's filled with webs. As you peer inside, the hole is just about the size of your head. Small spiders begin to scuttle out the way. At the back, a large shape moves.
I think this one's for you, Styles.
Why?
It just looks like an intriguing room for you. It's quite dark. You've got your night vision goggles. Have a look in the back there.
I approach very tentatively and
As you peer round into the room, you instantly see the webs, and
no.
As he comes back out,
Styles, come on.
I'll use minor illusion to put like a tarantula on his shoulder and wait for him to notice. Styles, what's on your shoulder?
Styles, you charge down the corridor, taking a sharp left at the end, and immediately crashing into a 6 foot tall square of glass with water behind it. And as it knocks you back onto your feet, the rest of you can stare through this small hole before moving on.
What did the plaque? Was there a plaque for the?
There is no plaque for this one.
I'm gonna have a look in.
You look in, and of course you see the webs that everyone else is in, the small shapes moving around. The light, your face blocking the light coming into the room, makes, in your grey vision, a shadow begin to move.
Oh,
The
I see
shadow
something.
begins to extend 8 long legs, and the body of a huge spider begins to move towards you.
Oh.
As it turns, where the head of the spider would be is the face of a beautiful woman. She has raven black hair and red lips and 2 large fangs that protrude. Her eyes lock onto yours and her head just turns.
I'm like looking in like this, and like I just say out loud, "Has anybody ever fucked a spider?"
I could fuck that.
She instantly,
Sorry, what?
head turns the other way and she scuttles to the back of the room, and you see the shape just sitting in the top right.
I
I'd like to think I'm not looking through anymore, so I've just.
Yeah, there's only
think
room
it's
for
a
one
big
person
spider in
to
there,
sort
so
of
I'm just
thing.
like,
I say,
oh,
guys,
Mr. Ozzy, what?
Ozzy,
What
No.
do you see?
No. There's
No,
there's a spider in there, but it's really
spiders,
beautiful.
they're not- I know I saw it. It's a spider, man.
No.
What's wrong with you?
It's got like the face of a beautiful woman. Like it was fit. It was a fit spider.
You can see beauty in anything, can't you, lad?
You can see a hole in anything.
Do spiders have holes? Yeah, they must do. What does a web come out of? I could fuck the web hole.
As you guys ponder the anatomy of a spider while walking down to the end of the corridor and turning, you see Styles sat on the floor just looking at this huge, murky water behind the glass. This glass is like a 6-foot square, so it almost feels like you're just looking out the side of the vessel.
What's in this one then? What trick system? I start knocking on it with my hammer.
As you knock, ding, 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 this one a lot more fragile than the other, makes a higher pitched tone, muted somewhat by the water on the other side. You tap, and on the third one, a shape comes through the blue, charging towards you, and its tail whips as its two heads cross the glass. You hear a shudder as the glass shakes in its thing. A two-headed shark, its jaws gnashing, flies past the glass and then turns away, and as it turns away, you see the crude stitch marks that connect its head to its single body.
Oh, a two-headed shark. Not seen one of them before.
I think it's another little modification. I think this one will be lasting that long. They probably have to replace them quite often.
You're very cynical. I don't think you're really getting into the spirit of Vessel of Freaks.
Yeah, you know, I've just seen bigger freaks on the battlefield than here.
I'm gonna just like
In a mirror.
take a step back and go back to the spider one and look in again and be like,
What's he come away, lad?
no, but you make a good point. What's the trick here? And I'm like looking in again, and I wanna try to see if I can discern if this is a trick or an actual creature or what. Like, can I see?
Make a perception check. As you sort of watch the creature scuttle around, you can see the woman's head now
Natural 20!
just sort of moved around. Nice.
For 26.
There appears to be no handiwork on this. This is some creation, some abysmal creation. A woman-headed spider. Give me a history check.
Oh, not good.
Why have you gone back
5.
to that one?
Okay, I'll say, to be fair, because you rolled natural 20 on your perception, we will play it into it sparks a memory. It sparks a memory of a tale. Tale told by bards of an ancient evil, a demon queen of spiders, a demon with a woman's head and a spider's body, who terrorized the land in her realm.
Is this
The name?
Oh, go on.
The name Loth
Yeah.
sticks in your mind.
But this is the same spider that we came across in that.
It's in that book, isn't it?
It was in the ghost.
The Orders of the Underworld.
Oh yeah, but the one there's something to do with this when we went when
There was a connection. He was worshipping the demon queen, I believe.
right.
The Demon Web Loth Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know from looking at this is not that creature. It is a mere mirage of it, or some simile of it.
Yeah, this has got that Loth vibes going on, you know, the Spider Queen. But I can't think for 1 minute that this guy has the actual ding, 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 Spider Queen in a Vessel of Freak show.
No,
Like she's like a demigod or something, right?
I imagine my divine sense is still kind of up, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Or
you're
at
not
least it
getting
was up when I
anything
looked
from
in,
it.
so, and I didn't get evil, did I?
As you sort of
Oh, no,
both
there's
peer
no
in,
evil
trying to
in there.
see and check, you can't see the shape.
Oh. She gone. Where'd she go? Oh my god, she's
All of a
if
sudden-
I- if
Oh,
she's
it's
gonna
just a big spider.
if she's gonna be behind me, I'm not gonna enjoy this. I'll slowly turn around.
You turn around, and as you're still looking in, Scarrick, the face just slowly appears up above the hole. This white face, its eyes huge, just staring into your soul.
Oh,
I turn
oh
back.
God.
Ah, fucking hell!
And then you see
Aye,
she
aye.
scuttles up, the underneath of her body just laying a trail of silk.
Whoa, creepy.
Yeah, I believe you. That was
Nah, this one's
horrifying.
yeah, this one's real. This
I
is a
still
real
don't
one.
understand you wanted to fuck it though.
Well, look, it's got a pretty face. Come on, let's keep going.
Pretty lips.
You move around the ship, going past the murky waters of the large pane of glass. The corridor a little further down opens up into a small octagonal room. In the center of the room, lit from what appears to be a skylight above, which is confusing since you only seem to have gone down, is a large wooden case. The colourful wood makes up the base, and a cage of glass and copper sits on top. Inside the glass you see a wooden man in a wizard's clothes with deep purple and silver stars. The name Zoltan is written on the box, and there is a small slot the size of a copper piece and a rectangular letter opening at the bottom.
Why do I know that name?
Yeah, that name's familiar.
Because every fortune-telling wizard is called
okay.
Zoltan,
There's no
I believe.
connection in the world.
Now you listen, Big.
You are.
I think the film Big is like Zoltan is, I think, the classic.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's a connection in the world.
Do you remember? Was it Dude, Where's My Car? Where part of their evening is they got involved with a cult, and they go Sultan.
Sultan.
They went to Sultan. Yeah.
Okay,
I go over to it.
stares blankly back at you.
Does it look like they need to put money in or something?
Yeah, there's a little coin slot the
Yeah.
size of a copper.
I'm gonna put a copper in.
Instantly, the puppet comes to life and a light showers down onto it. I am Zoltan the Wise, and I will tell you your fortune.
Oh,
The wind has changed, but the path is made. Your destiny awaits. I see your path in the swirling mists. And then his head sort of just repeats its movement as you hear a mechanical whir. And a small card drops out into the slot at the base.
ooh, my fortune. Pull it out and read it.
It says, if your days are full of woe, may your nights be full of pleasure.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's good. Good to leave your life by. Fortunately, my days are not full of woe. The days and the nights are full of pleasure. So, yeah.
Well, yesterday your friend died and you got tortured all night, so...
I don't know, it's pretty vague, I think.
Some days are better than others.
Yeah.
I
Something.
slip a copper in. I don't believe it.
It repeats its incantation. I am Zoltan the Wise, and I will tell you your fortune. Sometimes the voice goes slightly off key. The wind changes and the path is made. Your destiny awaits. I see your path in the swirling mists. You
I banged the glass.
and a card drops out.
Is the internet dropped out?
There's a long pause.
That's very
Everyone
dramatic.
just stares at the card.
Just staring at the card.
As you read,
I don't think he can read.
your card says, bound by flame you shall remain until you become whole again. Sanity is for the weak.
What shall I say?
Sanity is for the weak.
Mm.
Right, I don't, the usual plump about, happiness and the right path and stuff. It's nothing.
Gizzy! I take it off him and read it.
Slip the card up. I tried to slip the card into my pocket.
I tried to take it off it.
I drop a
No
coin in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So contested dex is the normal way to thingy, or rollies.
Rollers. 10.
Hashtag rollies.
Dex plus 3. 13.
Nice. 18.
You managed to just whoosh, out of his grasp.
Spot.
Styles, you pop a coin in and hear the words. Picard, while you've been watching, I just need you to make a perception check. Styles, and the card pops out.
To see what to see.
As you pick it up, your card says, "Destiny is all."
Destiny is all.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's this mean? I give it to Ozzy.
Destiny is all. Oh, God.
And you got a
These are terrible.
15 card, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My perception.
Having just stood for the time and just staring at this wizard, you almost get fixed with it, not really paying attention to anybody else, and you see its eyes painted shift slightly, and a small tear rolls down from one of them.
See if I've got a spell.
Yeah. Destiny is... I don't really... that's very vague, isn't it?
I pop a
I
coin
think
in.
I just look at the door, you know what
Just
you
got to
get.
take him for a quick wee.
Alright.
Back in a sec.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Picard.
Picard,
You stare at the wooden man, his eyes seeming to shift and a tear rolling down his face.
yeah. Picard also wants a fortune before he goes any further, so he pops this little coin in. And he watches the
You hear a click,
guy
and
very closely.
I am Zoltan the Wise, and I will tell you your fortune. As his hands and head move in a set pattern. The winds change, but the path is made. His eyes lock onto yours. Your destiny awaits. I see your path in the swirling mist. Then the as the card comes out. You
Fun.
pick it up, and it reads, "You will be reunited with siblings lost,
Oh.
even if it's not all of them."
Excellent. I turn around and go, I'm getting my head back, boys. This is a good day. Picard pops on the helm of telepathy
Okay.
and he attempts to read the thoughts of this automaton.
Okay. As you sort of stare at it and focus on it, just try and concentrate. You've used this before. You're used to hearing just the thoughts come through, almost like clear, like they're speaking to you, but it's the voice inside the head. In this case, you just hear whispers. Help us. Help us. Help us. Help us. Help us. This sea of churning voices, different voices swirling and twisting in your brain until you shudder at the thought and just have to take it off. And as soon as you do, it stops.
And I throw the helm at the floor.
Whoa, you okay?
There's something not right about this.
You
about
look
this
back and the
fortune
tears gone
teller.
and the eyes just seem painted wood.
What do you mean? What did you hear?
Voices, whispers, crying out for help. I do not know much of this kind of magic, but I feel like something is trapped inside here. It sounded like,
What?
either like multiple voices or
What did your fortune read? About meeting up
it
with
just
siblings?
yeah, I'll meet up with lost siblings. That's fine. Don't worry about that.
Okay. And what did yours say, Styles?
No, mine was gibberish.
Destiny is all.
Yeah.
Huh. And what did mine say? Can't remember.
Chat shit,
Maybe
get
you should
banged.
write it down. Yours said your days will be maybe filled with woe, but your nights will be filled with pleasure.
Yeah, that was it.
And Mr. Scarrick.
And Sky, what did yours say?
Mate, you know, there's something about the right path and good happiness, you know.
Right.
How vague.
Mm,
Non-specific.
Insight check.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Fatality.
For 23.
He appears to be withholding something. Perhaps a little bit too nonchalant.
Is
in
that
his answer?
is that right? Okay, well,
Aye.
it seems like I don't know. I was maybe looking for a connection that like there was a bit of magic involved with this, like, and there is actually something specific to each of us. But Packard's seems the obvious one.
Yes, and you being a hedonist collates with your phrasings, and
Yeah, true.
Giles being a mysterious fellow.
Well, we're trying to get
all
to
backstory.
the destiny. We're on his
Why don't you
path
just
right
smash
now,
it
aren't
open
we?
and have a look inside?
Mr. Ozzy, you can.
Maybe there is some magic involved here. That's
Can
all
you
I'm saying.
detect a magic, or can you detect what an object's origin is, or something of the such?
I
there
used
any
to be
kind of
able to
investigation?
detect magic, but I switched that out for other
Wait.
things.
Oh, you lost that ability, did you?
But
Many moons ago.
I can identify things, but I think I have to touch it.
Well, you're welcome to touch it.
There's quicker ways, and I'll just really quickly just push Styles into the box as hard as I can to try and like knock it over.
Oh, I haven't
Okay.
done anything.
Well, make an attack roll. Unarmed attack.
That be 20.
20. Well, that's going to push him. Roll the d4 to see how hard.
That's a push.
That would be a 4.
4. Okay. You just say your words and then instantly just. Styles, like. It was Styles you were pushing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What are you wearing currently, Styles?
Like normal, like rubbish things.
So, like, cape, I assume you've got some sort of buckler on or something on your.
Yeah,
wrist,
I would
not
like to
buckler,
think
but
that I
like
tried to grab him as a reflex.
You try, but he manages to outdo you with his roll. And as you fall back, you sort of stagger backwards 1, 2, and then your arm flails, hitting one side of this glass and copper frame that sits on top. You don't knock the cabinet; it seems well and truly fixed to the floor. But what you do is smash one of the panes that just cracks, and the glass just falls inside. Some of it landing on the wizard.
Scarrick, what was that for you?
Oh no,
big
what a bad
clumsy-
accident.
By the gods, Mr. Scarrick,
Oh, now
we're gonna have to pay for this.
Yeah,
What's
well, you're gonna have
happened
to
here?
pay for
You're-
this.
You're
We're
paying.
so
You're
clumsy.
paying for this. I'm not paying for this.
Maybe we could
And then like
purchase this
I'll
from him.
reach in and start feeling the doll to see if it's a person.
Oh,
You don't get your hand off the door.
You reach in and feel wooden ligaments, and underneath you feel sort of cogs and brass, which would seem to make him move.
I'm going to put my hand on its head and cast Identify.
It's be interesting. It'll just tell you if it's a magic item, won't it?
It says, I'm just reading here, if it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. Blah, blah, blah. Or
Okay.
you learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. So, I don't know if it's a creature or what.
The object appears to be cursed.
Oh shit!
You're unsure of the exact curse used. Perhaps it's layering of curses. Perhaps it's a covenant of witches who have created this vessel of souls, you could say. The curse seems to trap all who touch it. No. The curse seems to in certain facets, in certain ways, trap souls inside inanimate objects.
Does Ozzy relay this information?
I
to them?
shudder and pull my hand away, almost like I could feel it, and say,
What did you learn?
"Oh, wow. Oh, I think this is like, this has got like souls inside of it. Like, it's like a vessel for. I think it's cursed.
Souls.
Cursed?
Yeah.
I see.
You're
I feel
unsure
like
whether
maybe
the
we should
souls are
hold on to
bound
it.
to it in life or bound to it after death. That wasn't clear in the thingy, but it's powerful magic.
I say to the group, how long is this boat of freaks going to be here?
Well,
Is it here for the whole festival?
I
or-
think so. Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I'd assume the festival that was here yesterday.
Well-
It'll be here today.
I feel like if I maybe slept on it, I could remove a curse. if I meditated on it one evening,
Yeah.
I think because I can actually bestow a curse on things. So I think if I just really thought hard about it one night, I could get up the next day and remove a curse. So it
Interesting.
may be worth
Might be worth
coming
returning. Yeah.
back.
Well, maybe I've maybe got quicker away.
I don't
You know,
think you do.
Aye. Would you? I mean, we could take it.
Take it.
Take it.
Scarab.
It's a
Okay.
I know we've been,
mannequin in a cabinet.
I know we've been drinking, but yeah, I don't think you're thinking
Hey,
straight.
you know, this sort of shit
Sure.
happens all the time.
No,
you know,
I
they
don't
just
think it does. Like,
lose
there are
things to
consequences. Do you
bystanders.
want to spend the rest of the festival in a prison cell?
I think we could just pay them and say it was an accident and they've all walked
What
away
we-
or something.
what,
I
we
don't know.
accidentally steal it?
Maybe we could offer
Hey.
to purchase it from him. Seeing as we've damaged
Or-
it anyway, he's
Maybe.
probably going to want some
Or
recompense.
we could say we'll take it away to get it fixed.
Yes. Pretend like we're honest, decent folk and bring it back to him the next day.
Or
Sounds good.
I could
With no curse on it.
I could use a major illusion to create the illusion of glass in front of it again.
So that he doesn't think it's damaged.
So that he sees it and then we leave and then it's gone.
But yeah, it only
long
lasts
does
for
that
10
last?
minutes.
Oh,
Oh.
definitely going to realise something's amiss.
Oh, we could get him. Is there more stuff to see? Do we know?
You see at the end of here there are stairs that seem to climb up, and I presume there isn't too much left. You've been in judging. It's hard to judge the scale of this vessel, and its twisting corridors have thrown your mind, but you'd assume there isn't too much left.
Maybe we could get him down here.
And there does appear to be a skylight in the roof.
Maybe we could get him down here and ask some questions and have the glass there, so it's like, oh, it was there. It was fine when we were there, you know.
I see.
Mm.
My fear is if he discovers the glass is broken one day, he may remove it from the exhibit, with it being non-functional.
Hey, but the puppet will be with us.
In your scenario, yes. Well, if we're
We're
stealing,
not stealing the. How are we
Scary,
going
come
to
on.
take it off the ship?
In a bag of holding.
What?
I don't think
This
that
thing is the size of a man, so you can see like you'd assume the puppet is like a man sat in a ticket booth, is sort of the scale.
I think the man was laying
Yeah.
down.
Can that not fit in?
No.
We've discussed
idea.
that you can get people in.
You can fit a
bags of
person
holding.
in a bag of holding, yeah, if you take everything else out. I think
Oh.
I can't just run by the dimensions
Sort of
again.
space
Was
is
it
quite
15
big.
by 15?
Yeah, I think it's quite big.
You have got
It's
some
just like a
gear in
foot
there
size
already.
opening, so it's. I suppose it would just
Yeah,
be
but we have
shoulders
two.
and stuff.
We
but I
have
would
two
just
bags of holding,
snap
don't we?
them off.
Yeah, you would be able to push him in, yeah.
Right. So we've
I'll just
established
like
we
to think
can
I'm
fit
kind of
this
focused,
thing
and I'm just slowly pushing him
in
into
our
my
bag of
pack.
holding.
He's in the cabinet. You've only broken one pane. Like there is a copper frame around him. You
Okay.
can reach your hand in, but
All right.
you can't like slowly just like just pull him out. Imagine a bird cage made of series of panels. You smashed one panel so far,
Right,
enough
okay.
to reach your arm in and thingy. He's not free of his cage yet.
So it's not a big glass pane that we've broke.
No. It's a small. It's like the copper frame comes down like a bird cage, and there's
Right.
probably about
Yeah.
16 smaller panes that go around. To make a large glass pane is quite difficult. in
He
this
might not
range.
notice that it's broken. Then
The
Let's
diameter of the bag is
glass.
2 foot, but it's only 4 foot deep, so you're not fitting a person unless you fold them up. Well, you'd fit in, Scarrick, to be fair.
Yeah.
You're
I was
not
basing it
close
on
then.
myself.
Packard like tries to sweep any broken glass like behind the machine.
Yeah, not too hard. You can push it down. There's a small gap between the puppet
fine.
and obviously the machinery inside.
I say we continue with the tour.
Mm.
We chat with the exhibitor at the end, see if we can learn anything about it. Maybe we can ask him if he'd be willing to sell it. And
What do we want with a vessel of souls?
well, we
just
don't
think it'd be quite a useful thing to
No,
have.
we
particularly
don't
want.
know it's a festival of souls when we try and buy it. We just think it's cool and want to buy it.
Yeah, we
but-
could. It would look great in our
No, but I
games.
mean, what do we want with a vessel of souls? Why are we trying to buy this?
We want to remove
Free the
yes,
souls.
Free the
You're
souls.
not really keeping up with this, are you?
Oh, well,
Aye,
we don't know
feed
the
them.
story. They might be evil souls.
They might
They
want to be that.
They wanted help.
Either way, they'll be useful.
What?
I guess so.
Since when are evil souls useful?
Ozzy, shh. You say
Aye.
you don't want to get too deep into it. This is too
I
deep.
think if they wanted out, they'd have used
I
the
would
safe
like to
word.
pop it.
What did
Ozzy.
your fucking thing say? I know you're bullshitting me. What did it say? Why are you so invested in this fucking thing?
Scarrick, are you lying
Just
to us?
think. Look, I just don't want you to worry and
Give it here. Let me have a
Yeah,
look.
I'll- Iremius.
Doing lies.
I give him the card.
What did it say again? Can you read it to me again?
Did
It
something
basically
about
said something
being on
about
a path of
on the
fire?
path of fire.
Okay.
It was really inspiring on the moment.
Okay.
Oh, it was until you are complete again
Yeah.
line. It's like the Tenacious D thing. What's it go? Until you are complete again. I can't fucking jump back in songs like that.
It said it was along the lines of you'll walk the path of fire until you are complete again.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the general gist.
Well,
I'll just ask the crew. Crew, can you just rewind the VT?
oh, yeah. Well, that's what you're doing right now, right? You're walking this path of fire with your new god, Prometheus, or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Iremius.
Paremius, whatever.
This is not the god you want to annoy, Ozzy.
Oh, is it not? Oh, fucking hell. Well, why are you trying to hide that from us? We know you're on this, figuring
I
shit
just
out with your fire god.
Didn't want to worry you about it again.
Well,
What's wrong with this new god you're worshipping? Why'd we worry?
Oh no, nothing. Nothing's wrong with him. It's just
yeah, I thought we agreed
some
that.
people maybe don't have great ideas of him.
Why not?
Well, he said,
He's a
can't be that bad. He
god
said,
of fire,
like
and
I'd like.
poison, and stuff.
Well, yeah,
Fire
but
and
it's
poison.
saved a little. It might. This is the thing. Like, it's all for interpretation, isn't it? Like, the books might say that Pyremius is an evil god or a god of, bad things, but then he saved Packard's life.
That is
Like
that is true.
that's a good thing, right? Like,
Guy move.
and he's imbuing you with like extra power and abilities, and well, if you use it for good, then it's a good thing, right? So
Right.
it's all hunky dory.
So with the puppet.
And on the train of being good, we, the Mr. Men, are going to lift the curse from this poor, sad, mechanical man.
Well, don't
free
get
the
so
soul.
hasty on that, Picard. We do have a bit of a debt to pay to Pyremius, maybe. So. I was
Why?
thinking,
Whoa!
What's
Why
this
do we
about
have a debt to pay to Pyremius?
Why?
I'm not debt, but it's always good to thank him for bringing you back, and
And how does one
I
thank
thought
him?
this
I-
could
I-
be a good thank you to him.
What?
So you think this vessel of souls?
Hey,
be a-
if we just burn it,
I look to the rest of the
and
group.
offering.
Burning it free the souls?
I'd like to point out that
Hey,
Mr. Sparrow
in a
just
way.
suggests we burn this vessel of trapped souls to appease his newfound god.
They're not the best.
Is anyone else concerned?
We didn't
Do you have
burn
any
it.
issues with this, Picard?
I'm reading between the lines.
How about
But we've been down here quite a while. We need
He's gonna
to
get
work out
suspicious.
what we're doing.
He's going to think we broke it.
I think you've been drinking too many pina colossuses, all right? I think you're overthinking this whole situation.
Penis Colossus. Penis
like,
Colossus.
just back off a little bit on the booze. If Packard wants to come in and remove a curse tomorrow, then, go for it. Why not? That could be a good deed for the day. But no fire and no stealing. Come on.
Yes, we're not burning this thing. We're not stealing it. We'll do this the honourable way.
Spoil sports.
Nope.
And as you finish this, come to the end of your conversation, you hear some shouts from back in the vessel, sort of cries of delight and fear. Perhaps the next patron's moving along.
Come on.
They're catching
We've
up
got a
with us. Come
couple
on, then.
more, a few more
We want
bits to
the
see.
next
Come on.
I sort of tap
Also, you do the
the
glass
glass
thing,
of salt
and
and
the
I
other
say, I'll
team
be
will get
back. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't go anywhere.
It stares blankly ahead as you move away.
What did you say, Sal? Sorry.
do your glass thing, and the other group might get the blame for breaking the glass.
Yeah, that's
Illusion.
Oh, I like your idea. I'm gonna go to the next area, but I'm gonna wait for the next group to come in. I'm gonna cast.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I can see that they're gonna come in, I'm gonna cast Major Illusion to replace the pain. And then, well, you tell me what they do if I see anyone anyway.
Okay. So as a few of you go forward, are you just pushing on while Ozzy waits?
Yeah.
So I'll explain what happens with you first, and then we'll go back to Ozzy, who's hanging behind. So you climb up a set of stairs that twist around and go back on yourself, and then in front of you is a large mirror. Who's ahead in the queue? Who's first?
I am Alter. I'm
Okay.
trudging along.
As you come up to the mirror, the frame is gilded gold, but aged and similar to a piece you'd see in a rundown mansion. It's peeling in places and in a poor state. As you look into the mirror, you see yourself. The large black spots that have eaten away at the mercury just cover parts of your face and parts of your body, and the dim light makes it hard to see yourself. As you stare in, you squint as your appearance begins to change. You begin to age. Your hair underneath your hood turning white, your face beginning to wrinkle, and your form beginning to hunch. Do you continue to watch, or do you move on?
I think I watch in shock. I maybe take a step back, but I'm
As you sort
curious.
of step back and watch, you see your skin gets older, more wrinkled and dry until it begins to peel, As it peels away, your nose just begins to slide away, and parts of your skull begin to show. And then the next thing you see is almost like a puff of wind blows away your face into dust and ash, as you, with a skull that moves as you move.
Whoa. That's freaky. Picard, you see it, it'll probably just show you how like you are now.
Picard, as you look into the mirror, yeah, you see nothing. Your face doesn't change, you just see a reflection of yourself.
Looking good. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Stiles.
It's because you're already dead.
Hmm?
The same thing happens to you, Scarrick, because you're there.
Oh, wow. This is just a mirror, Mr. Stiles. I don't know. I don't even know why this is here.
Ozzy, as you are in the middle hearing some of the conversations with your friends, you see two couples come into the room, young men and women together, laughing and sort of jumping as they come into the corridor. They see the cabinet before them. I presume at this point you cast
Yeah, I
the
use
illusion.
as they walk in, I cast the illusion of the glass, and then what I'll do is I'll wait for them to put the money in and it start moving, and then when it like stops and does that cranking sound, I'll just like have a like a you know, like cracks
you'll
appear in
create
it,
the
and then
illusion that it breaks.
and then just like shatter.
So you do that, and they pick up the card, and they hear the noise, and one of the men goes over. Oh, I said this place was falling apart. You heard the creaks earlier on. One of the girls, she picks up the card and reads it. The girl who put the copper in. When the next glass breaks, your firstborn will die. She instantly, their face just turns pure white.
I get
and,
I screw off.
Her breath intakes and what's wrong, Poppy? And you just hear out this cry as you sort of like get down the corridor. As you guys pass the mirror, Ozzy, you seeing this quick effect, unless you just run straight past, you arrive at a small ladder that leads up. Whoever climbs it, you see a hatch at the top, and it appears to be locked from the outside.
What did the mirror have a placard that said anything what it was, or
No, nothing on this one.
Okay,
just
I would stop and like have a look, and does the same thing happen
stop
to
and
me?
a similar thing turns to you. Yeah, your purple skin begins to wrinkle and turn grey, and then ashen, and then you see a skull inside. The interesting thing is, the skull you see doesn't seem to have your horns. So perhaps this is just a mere illusion.
Perhaps.
Or maybe it was just not a real tiefling.
Perhaps.
Bum bum bum.
As you bang on the hatch at the top and try and shuffle it out of place, you hear a click in the lock. And Emery opens it. Light coming in and instantly hitting your eyes as you've been in darkness for quite a while. I'm glad to see you made it through. And he reaches a hand down and begins to pull you up, and you notice you're at the bow end of the ship coming up through the hatch. As you come out into the fresh air, you realize how stale the air was down there, and how almost dry but dank it was.
Well,
The music of the festival begins to fill you again, and you hear the voice. You see a few people coming up and queuing at the gangplank, ready to enter.
Oh, you had some fascinating creatures and freaks down there.
Thank you.
Rather.
Yeah, very very entertaining.
My children try to entertain.
Are the what's the deal with the?
Is anything for sale?
Oh, no. My collection has come with me for many, many years.
Where do you get all of these exotic pieces?
Well, it's interesting you wish to hear my tale. Most just bypass Emery for his treasures. I was an ex-grave digger. And, then I wasn't. People say I got a little attached to the things I was burying. Over the years, my collection grew. I strive for rare things, things that no one has ever seen. And after some time, and the help of a inherited family fortune, I created this vessel to tour the seas and share my treasures.
Very generous of you to share these wonders
Thank
with
you.
the world. That Zoltan, I was particularly
Yes.
intrigued by that. Where did you pick that little tchotchke from?
Many years ago now, I believe I found it outside an inn. Rare attraction. The owner was happy to let me take it. He said all it brought him was bad luck, but I quite liked the fellow.
Yes, he had a charm about
Did
him.
he give you your fortune?
Oh yes, he surely did. He gave us all a
Then heed it well,
wonderful fortune. Yes.
for I've never known him to be wrong.
Oh, I see. Well, I hope so. My fortune definitely speaks to my favour.
Good.
Yes, don't be surprised if I come back tomorrow for another one.
You are more than welcome, friend.
Yes, and if he's not here, gosh, I'll be disappointed.
Oh, my attractions will not be going anywhere.
Good.
If anything, they will only get more intriguing the more. And he moves his hand to your ghost arm and begins to rub like the leather. The more I collect.
Yes, well, maybe I'll stick around.
Yeah,
Next time.
what, you fancy
I hope you do.
spending the rest of your days behind a glass cabinet backyard? Have festival revelers staring at you? Does that seem ideal?
I say it's not for us to judge Ozzy, and then I give him a little fucking kick in the shin. Ow! You know, who are we? I'm sure all of these.
That really fucking hurt.
I'm sure all of these creatures are happy
I
and
think you're building up quite a few bruises there.
healthy to be.
Yeah, I was just thinking, how often do you get kicked in the shin, Ozzy?
Right, we best be off. Got many places to see at the festival, and
As you look up to the sky, you see the sun is beginning to reach noon.
Hmm.
Perhaps it's time to head to the Battle of the Blades.
yes, these chaps want to see the Battle of the Blades. Let's be going.
You come down the gangplank, and as you're walking along the pier, you notice just off to the west, towards the shark hunters, a small, simple rowboat rowing around, and one of the guards just frequently just jumping off and diving into the water, and then after a short time reappearing on the surface.
I wonder if they're looking for that missing man.
I think I just practicing him for the cliff jumping.
Well, you jump off the cliff, not the boat.
Fucking shit.
You know, just getting ready.
Say, man up, Mr. Ozzy.
Really fucking hurt, man. You got steel
well,
toe cap boots or something?
You almost blew our cover. Right, let's
You
go
can
to
For the great heist.
You can see at the end of the dock that on one of the larger sections of the boardwalk, in front of some of the buildings that reside down here, a large makeshift circle has been laid, some sand sprinkled across the ground, and at one side is a man with a large bucket of wooden swords, calling people across. You see there are already some people there, just beginning to stretch their arms, and some practice with swords in the ring just by themselves.
Oh, is it gonna be a fight? Are we getting involved?
Who's going in for it then?
I don't know. Is that the thing? Is there anyone who looks official, like they're organizing this?
Yeah, so the guy in the bucket, you see him calling out, "Come one, come all, to the Battle of the Blades.
Well, maybe we all can do it. Let's go have a look. I'm gonna head over to him.
Okay. And as you walk in across him crying
Just
out,
before we get there,
may the
I'm going to
champion...
cast Bless.
Okay.
Up
How
to
long's
3.
it How long does it last?
Concentration up to a minute. Fuck. All right, so I'll do
Yeah, you
it.
may wanna
like,
hold
just
off just
before one of
Yeah.
us starts.
You put it in the back of your mind, though, that this is a tactic you're going to use. You hear him calling out, "Who can win the sloshing scabbard? A prize for only a true victor. Defeat all in one-on-one combat, and the victor shall be rewarded." And you see a few people. A young man comes up and just talks to him, gets his name written on a piece of parchment, and then heads across to the others. There's 4 people there predominantly. There's a woman who looks strong in the upper body, a sailor type man in common sailor garb, missing a few teeth and just swinging his wooden sword back and forth. An elf of a slender build, tall, and he sort of just sits quietly on the back. And the guy who's just signed up, a young man, who sort of goes and begins to greet the others.
I'm gonna go over to him and be like, "Good day, fine sir.
Good day to you.
What do we
Care
have
to
here,
test
then?
your hand.
Yeah. I think we all do. Do we?
Oh, 4 competitors.
Right.
Grand.
I think so. I think the Mr. Men are a strong fighting force. So
Yes, it'll be a bit of fun.
Very well. If I just take your names, and he pulls out his parchment.
You already know, man.
Oswald Heldspurn.
Correct, my good man. Write that down.
That is how you pronounce it, I believe.
No.
I think I heard someone saying it the
I'm
other
a
day.
Scarrick Bladeful.
Bladeful, a fine name for a fighter. Oswald Scarrick, and you, sir.
This
He
is
points to you, Picard.
I
Vehicle?
am Captain Picard.
Captain Picard, a fine name.
Yes.
And you look like a fearsome one.
Style Seaborn.
Dial Seaborn. So we have Oswald Scarrick, Captain Picard, and Styles. Very well. Join the ranks. You'll be paired 1-on-1 to battle one of these contenders, and the winner will move forward to the final challenge.
Come along, Oswald.
You may be asking about the prize.
Oh yes, what's the prize?
And he pulls out from like behind him where there's this chest. He opens it up, and as he opens it up, inside you see an old beaten scabbard of a great sword, quite a large sheath. This, my friends, is the sloshing scabbard. The victor who has this will be able to claim a free drink from any vendor in town, and all townsfolk will know you won the Battle of the Blades. And he hastily pops it back in and locks it.
Well,
But that's only for the victor.
what a prize.
Yes. Well,
We'll see how you do.
let's hope we get it.
So I need each of you to pick a number from 1 to 4. Just let me jot this down first. So,
4.
Right.
2.
2.
yeah, you all have to have different numbers.
Fight for it.
2.
I'll be 1 then. Number 1.
So 1, 4 for Picard. Stars, what were you?
2.
2, so Scarrick is 3. Okay. Oswald, come forth.
Oh, that's me, isn't it? Yeah. Hi.
You'll be up first, fighting Pandora. And as he calls her name, the female human steps up. She clicks her back and draws her wooden sword, and you move into the ring. At this point, the crowds have begun to gather. Many people tankard in hand, just talking back and forth. You see money being exchanged across palms. You hear some people say, Ozzy's got this one, Ozzy's got this one. No, I favour the woman. Unless you stand in the
That'll
ring.
be a mistake.
The rules are simple. First to 3 hit wins. If you're out, you're out. And the way it will work is there will be a contested dex roll between both of you. The person who wins that will be able to make an attack. It can be dodged, and then the opponent will attack. You can always use tactics if you wish. So, Ozzy, make a dex roll.
As we like are about to start, I start walking and I like nip a little bit of blood in the palm of my hand, which and like mutter a few arcane words, and it glows ever so slightly, and I cast Bane on the person.
Bane. Does that give him disadvantage on rolls?
Needs to make a charisma save.
Okay. She gets an 8.
So she fails. So she needs to just subtract a d4 to everything she does.
Okay.
Do ability
Well,
checks.
her dex was,
Oh, no, attacks.
I believe. It'll be dex as well, will it?
No, it's just from attack rolls and saving throws. So she, yeah.
So she was 8 for dexterity.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Oh, loads more. 15, 16, 17, 18.
Then you will attack first. Roll to attack.
I rolled a 6.
6.
Do I add anything?
Plus your strength modifier, yeah.
Oh, plus my strength modifier.
Yeah.
Well, that's a -1, so so I rolled a 5.
5.
Oh
Okay.
no, it's a 9, an 8.
Okay. You're getting used to this sword. This isn't a weapon you're normally used to.
With my weapon stuff is like dex based, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Not instead
Yeah.
of strength.
Okay, well, you can say you can use dex or strength then, depending what you're proficient in. So, Scarrick will probably use strength. If the rest of you use dex, then use dex. That's fine. So, what would it be if it was dex?
Well, the dex is +3, so it would be a 12.
Use your brain, Ozzy.
What is brain?
12. Okay, you hit. So, getting used to the weight of the thing, you see her dodging, and you instantly, boom, and coming in on her left arm, you manage to get a strike. 1 strike for Ozzy. Can she retaliate? She gets a 9. She swings at you, dodge out the way.
Miss me, bitch.
Who will hit next? So, Conte did dex roll again. In fact, she didn't minus the bane off that, so.
Yeah.
She got a 8.
16.
Okay, you hit again. Roll
Yeah,
for
take
attack.
that, bitch. 19.
Yeah, you swing again. Where do you want to hit her?
The boobs.
You smack her flat in the breasts. Bam! Which are quite tightly bound for this woman, but still, it stings. You see her face just like turn up in disgust as she staggers backwards. I'll say, as she does, for a breast shot, she just sort of staggers back and doesn't take a swing this time. Roll for dexterity again. Natural 20 for
18.
22. She retaliates quickly, rolling a 13.
Minus D4. I mean, that's not going to hit anyway.
15.
Minus D4.
Minus D4.
Which would make
minus
it fail.
3. Yeah. So she swings, but you instantly just like step back out of her way.
Can't catch me.
Ket's going for the coup de grace.
I do. Oh, it's a natural 1.
Getting a slightly too cocky, you swing at her and she manages to step on your sword as it comes down, flicking you up and hitting you in the chin.
Ow.
That's a point for Pandora.
Oh, what the
It's
fuck?
2-1. Next one wins it for Ozzy. Roll for dex again.
Oh, it's really good. 22.
Yeah, she only got 11. Roll to hit. If you get this one, you win.
11.
Yeah. Yeah, you just come in, swing in. Where do you want to hit her for the final blow?
For the final blow, I like to think like I sort of like dodge an attack, slip around behind her, and like grab her and pull her in and bring the blade up to her throat like that.
Nice, like an execution move.
Yeah.
That's the third hit for Ozzy. 1 victory to Ozzy. You are through to the next round.
Yeah.
The crowd cheers and just a general exuberance. Oh, Ozzy! Oh, Ozzy! You see Pandora, she comes across and shakes your hand and then heads back into the crowd. Some people console her and bring her into the group. Next person to fight is Styles versus Cody. You see the sailor guy with the missing teeth sort of come into the ring, his shoulders slinking as he comes forward. Who will strike first? I need you to roll a d20 plus your dex.
15.
6. You hit first. So roll, make an attack roll. So d20 again. Plus, if it's dex, you normally use for your weapon. Plus your dex.
Yeah. Ooh. 9.
9. He manages to duck out the way as you swing his sword, and as he turns, you see him duck down underneath your blow, and as he comes back up, he picks up some dirt and throws it into your eyes, giving you disadvantage on your next dex roll. He unfortunately rolls a 4 as well, and swings low as you sort of step back, stumbling as the dirt hits your eyes. Okay, roll a dex roll, disadvantage.
15.
15. Even with disadvantage, he is too slow for you. You pissed off with his stuff right in your face. You get to attack first. Roll for attack.
12.
Yeah, you get the first hit as you... Where do you want to strike him?
Just on the arm. Just taking this to the...
You pat him on the arm as he... and his sword... Hitting the arm with his sword, and he drops it on his attack. It doesn't hit you. Staggering back, the crowd cheering with your move and his frustration. He picks it back up, and you roll again, this time normal. So you've got 2 strikes now, is it 1?
1.
1. What'd you get for dex?
24. No, 22.
Okay, you got 19, but you're still faster. Roll to hit.
12 again.
12, yeah. Where do you want to hit him this time?
The other arm. As I'm
Smack him on
toying
his
with
other
him.
arm. Annoyed, he gets a natural 1. This time, he goes to sort of swing his sword round, but clips himself in the chin as he tries to block you. He staggers back, disorientated slightly. 2 hits for you, and he's got disadvantage on his rolls. Roll for dex.
19.
Good job he had disadvantage because he got a 20 on his first and 4 on the second. Roll to attack.
21.
Okay. As he sort of tries to compose himself, but staggering slightly from this hit to the face that you've caused him to make, how do you want to finish him?
Flamboyantly, do you know, where they like whip the sword side to side and then just bring it straight up between his legs and whack him in the nuts.
Nice. He's whoa, and the crowd hysterically laughing now. There's beer sloshing everywhere around the ring as people are cheering and crying. Styles is the winner, and I've won through to the final.
Styles. That's my boy.
Next
That's my boy right there.
fighter, Scarrick versus Foran. The male elf steps forward, his slender build weaving into the ring. He eyes you. I see I'm fighting a dwarf. Should be easy.
Ooh.
Just before I step in, I'll cast Bless.
Okay.
Bless myself, Picard, and Ozzy.
Nice.
How long are these rounds lasting? Like 30 seconds?
Yeah, they're probably like a round each, so Yeah, probably like 30 to 45 seconds each, yeah.
So it might last long enough for
It'll last your round anyway.
God.
It's not going to last long enough for theirs, but
Yeah.
it'll last long enough for you. So you are blessed as you step in. As he steps in, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, sneaky little elf.
That'd be 21.
What was it?
21.
21,
21.
okay. Yeah, I got you. It's alright, I just got Ozzy, my translator, to reiterate the numbers. So he steps in, and as he puts his slander towards you and you bless yourself, he begins to just move around the ring sleekishly, his feet just crossing over rapidly, almost a display to try and intimidate you, but you just sort of shrug it off. You're Scarrick, you've been in the mouth of crocodiles. What's an elf going to do to you? Alright, roll for your dex.
So just a dex. Well,
D20
did you say
plus
I
your
use
dex.
strength?
You will for attack, but now
Alright.
we're seeing who hits first. So just D20 plus your dex.
That would be an 11.
Okay, he still manages to hit first. He rolls to hit, but gets a 11. He ain't gonna be able to hit you. So as his fancy footwork comes round, he tries to jab at you, and you just sort of knock it away with your sword rail cash in the middle. You roll to hit him. So this will be plus your strength because you use your strength as your modifier.
Can I just hit the plus the strength thing up at the top?
Yeah, I
And
think so.
I
You can
rolled
just hit the
a
plus
20 and it
3.
already adds the stuff.
Yeah.
'That's 15.
15, yeah, hits. Where do you want to hit him first?
Plus D4.
It hits.
So that I
dude.
know that I've already hit. But then I got this D4 and attack rolls too, so is that... Now I do. Well, is it just where I hit? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just a hit.
Yeah, go for a straight bonk on the top of the head.
Nice. So as he sort of misses his move, you just come round and dunk.
If that's possible with height.
You sort of just... I'd imagine you almost flick the sword in the air and catch it as it comes down. Just dunk. 1 point to the dwarf. Half the crowd are cheering, half the crowd are booing. There is definitely this historical rivalry, and some people are rooting for the elf, some people are rooting for you. Okay, he backs off, slightly pissed off. You see the anger come across his face. He's not going to try and intimidate you this round. Roll for your dex.
That's an 8.
Got 12. He charges in to try and attack again, but misses as you just sort of, again, just sidestep out the way. You roll for your attack.
That would be 13.
13. Hits. Where do you want to hit him?
For a slice across the chest.
Nice. As he comes in, you literally sidestep and just hold your sword out, and he runs into it across his chest. Another hit for the dwarf! The crowd goes wild again. There's beer being, a couple of bottles are being thrown across in the crowd. You're starting to get this little rain of beer across your head. You see his anger just come out. I can't be beat by a dwarf! He charges in. Make a dex roll for me. What was it?
That's a 13.
Okay. He rushes at you and with a 12 again misses you. The frustration is clear on his face as his sword just knocks off your armor. You just bat him out the way, just almost shouldering him. Make your roll.
Nine.
9. Oh wait, plus a D4, I keep forgetting that. Plus 4, so 13.
13, you needed the 4 to hit as well. Nice. As he charges towards you, you almost just stick your foot out with your sword out, and in his frustration he just loses clarity and charges, sword drawn out. You sidestep the sword, foot out, trip him, and then just dunk on the ass as he falls into the dirt. His face just The crowd erupt. There's fucking beer going everywhere. People are cheering, pointing and laughing. You see a small artist in the corner beginning to paint a rapid picture. The winner is Scarrick! Victor for the dwarves! You're all through so far. Next contender, Picard versus Gary. And the young man steps into the ring.
Gary. Fuck him
It's
up,
an ancient
Packard. You got this.
Say hello, young man.
I might be young, but I'm fast. Make a dex roll.
Ja Dex. It was a nat 1, so 2.
Okay. He instantly charges into you, trying to strike with
Oh,
a
I'm not
14.
ready. Wait. He didn't say go.
What's your AC?
14.
Like 15 seconds of the bless.
I'd say, yeah, you'd have you blessed on this one.
Oh,
Plus
God.
It's not
Any
gonna-
attack roll or saving throw.
So you'll get it on the
So it
next
doesn't
one.
help him on the first one, does it? Yeah.
So he charges in and instantly gets a hit, like running in and quickly flexing the sword out and dashing it into your side. One hit for Gary. Come on, Gary.
Fucker.
Oh,
Make it for
Gary.
the young ones.
Gary.
You get
Gary.
to
Come on,
retaliate.
Picard, come on.
Is it just a Dex roll?
Yeah, so dex roll again because you use dex for your weaponry and add your d4 for this roll.
Doing a D4. 13.
Yep, more than 12, you get the hit. As he sort of charges in, gets the hit, and he's sort of cheering to the crowd as he turns around, you instantly take the opportunity and straight onto his back. Oh, a contended hit! Well done, Mr. Picard, Captain of the Seas!
Exactly, I'm the captain here. Look at me.
At this point, the crowd, knowing that you have been blessed by Pelor, begin to chant, Captain, Captain,
Yes.
Captain, Captain!
And I
Gary
yell,
sort of
"Do you hear that, Gary?
stares around, turning back to face you.
They're cheering
That
for
was
me
a
and
lucky
not you.
one.
You little virgin." I'm trying to get in his head. And I
Okay.
throw him off his rhythm.
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah.
I didn't know Gary was a virgin. Hey, everyone, Gary's a virgin.
It was this close to
Gary's a
an nat
virgin.
20 and then it just fell off. So it's 7.
7. It's
Yeah.
sort of, I'm no virgin. I fucked your mum.
My kind of like, oh, my mother.
Make a
I want
make
Gary to win.
your dex roll.
Oh,
Just see if you can beat
7.
Would you? 7. He got a 7 as well. All right. So whoever gets the attack on this one
Oh.
will get the attack for the round. Yeah, roll for attack.
It's happening. 10.
15. You both go in at the same time, swords clashing. As they clash together, he just has a little bit more strength than you and manages to slide it down, slipping it out and coming into your neck. Douche! A hard
Gary.
hit. 1 for Gary! It's 2-1 to Gary! Come on, Captain!
I start
You
shouting,
can't let him
"Ref,
talk about your mum like that.
ref, that's not a legal move, surely. Surely.
Everything's legal here, I'm afraid.
Got me on the neck. It doesn't count on the neck.
As you
What is this?
as you
A
come
circus?
into the ref, Gary begins to come in again, rolling a 19,
Oh.
22 on his dex. You roll
Like-
yours.
Fucking hell. I can't beat it. 17.
Picard stood complaining to the ref. Gary comes behind,
Neck shot. Come on.
but only gets a 2 on his
In the
attack
other side
roll.
of his neck.
As he comes to strike down on your ghost arm, you sort of ghost out the scabbard and his sword goes straight through. He's like, what the fuck? The ref's like, doesn't count, didn't hit him.
Yeah, see? Better. More calls like that.
Contended dex roll again.
Come on.
11 for Gary.
10 for Picard. He's not feeling very bright
This time.
today, apparently.
Anger coming through. He rolls a 7 to hit. Again, missing.
Indeed.
This isn't fair. Why can't I hit you?
Because you're shit, Gary. That's why.
Roll your dex again.
10.
10. You're first. Make the move to hit.
5.
Gary dodges out the way,
Nice
grabbing
of you
your blade. He tries to push you. I need you to make a strength save.
Oh, God. Come
Packard's
If
on.
you
making a
win
meal
the
out of
strength
this.
save, you'll get a hit back.
18 on the strength save.
Oh, it's DC 12. Nice. As he tries to push you, you instantly come round and, like, not having any of this, push him back. But while you do, you bring your sword up and just pummel him with the end. That's a hit for the captain. To all. The next hit wins. Gary staggers back. His eyes begin to concentrate.
Come on,
As
Gary.
you come round, half the crowd. Captain, Captain.
Yes.
Gary fucked your mom. Gary
No.
fucked your mom.
No.
Gary's no virgin because Gary fucked your mum.
Roll for
Stop it.
your dex.
Fuck. 7.
19 for Gary.
What?
Can he get the attack? Come on, Gary.
He's had his Weetabix today, hasn't he?
8. Fucking hell, Gary, you bastard. Go on, Captain.
God. Right. 18.
Yes. How do you want to finish Gary?
Gross.
I can't take his virginity.
Strike now.
Basically, I just extend my hand just straight out, poke him in the eye,
Instantly.
and then as he's staggering, I just sort of trip him with my leg and push him over.
You see it almost slow-mo as he staggers back. The crowd erupt. Captain! And you stick your leg out. And he falls. And then the song just plays in your head. Like lock stock as he slow-mo lands on the ground. Poof, the dust just erupting around him. The crowd go wild as beer's thrown around. So, we have our 4 finalists. 4 friends.
Hey, these aren't my friends anymore.
Which is the one that mattered. While Gary's on the floor, I lean in and I say, "You are a virgin, Gary. You always will be. Do you know why? Because you're gonna die young. Goodbye."
Gary, who's semi-conscious at this point, you hope doesn't hear it. He sort of gets dragged out of the ring. The first 2 contenders will be Ozzy. Pick a number between 2 and 4, Ozzy.
Well, I'll let the dice decide.
Just can't be 1.
It was a 1.
Yeah, I knew it would be.
4.
Ozzy and Scarrick. Ozzy and Scarrick enter the ring. 2 friends.
I bless myself.
Motherfucker!
I cast Bane on Scarrig. You need to make a charisma save.
Fighting clean.
Ooh,
It's 22.
yeah, you passed that, you fucker.
The charismatic fucker.
Okay. In that case, then, both roll first for your dex to see who hits first.
Just looking at all the shit I can do. Okay. Anything that's
I've
non-lethal.
got an 8.
8.
More because I rolled a 10. 13.
Okay. Ozzy, you strike first. Roll to attack.
Oh
Are you going to be able to pierce his armor?
god. Absolutely not. No. 4 plus 3.
Dink! As he just sort of raises his arm and knocks it out the way.
Oh, how am I supposed to do anything with a wooden sword against fucking armor?
Good day, lad.
Scarrick.
Hold on. 11.
Fuck off.
As he saddles out the way as his tail comes around and whips you on the ass.
I got to be quicker than that, dwarf.
Next round. Ollie Dex.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, good. A lot better. 22.
Was that with you blessed as well, James?
13.
Okay.
It's a mystery.
I really don't know
Just
why
did not come through. 14.
your thing just does not do numbers. It's like it's got a
it
number
must be the
filter.
digital dice that it just fucking
Yeah.
slows it down.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. You can turn
You
it
should
off.
try just rolling normal
Good
dice.
Uh,
What can you turn it so it just goes normal?
I think you can turn it so they don't go across the screen, yeah. We'll do it after this session. Ozzy, you strike first.
Same fucking roll again. 7.
Garrick.
What am I supposed to do with this fucking sword?
Yeah. 17 plus
I think that hits, doesn't it?
3.
For 20.
20.
Hang on.
What's your AC?
15. But
Yeah, he
but
hits.
but no, he does. But just hang on. Because I got shit.
He hits.
Where's my reactions?
You can't use reactions.
Why can't?
Because it's not a fight.
It
What's
is.
review?
If you make an attack, I can use my bardic inspiration to subtract the number from the attack
Oh,
roll.
go on then.
Fucking
Pull out
hell.
a fucking loot and
We're having a fucking fight here. Yeah, as he like goes to strike, like music's coming from the guitar, and I roll a natural 20. No, why am I rolling a T20? I got a natural 20
yells,
wasted.
"Ref! This one is clearly using magical influence on the fight."
Completely wasted a natural 20 there.
Let's see what he does.
For a 7, so minus 7 off the attack rolls, but doesn't hit.
As you pull the loot out, the guy goes, "Hang on a second. You're not allowed to play instruments in the ring.
I'm a bard.
Disqualified!"
Fuck
Points
off.
to Ozzy. Get out! The crowd start cheering.
Yay.
Out! Out!
Like that
Out!
cheers.
Out! 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 And one of the guys, he grabs you by the shoulder. It's only dirty tactics allowed in Battle O' Blades, friend.
What? That is a dirty tactic. I'm a bard.
Scarrick is the winner. Next
Like I
contenders:
Say, lad.
Never prosper.
Styles and Piecard. Enter the ring.
I say, good luck to you, Mr. Styles.
Look to your pay card.
It'll be an honourable battle.
I imagine you
Honourable
going
villain.
back to back, taking 5 paces, turning and throwing swords at each other. Well, roll to see who hits first.
Alright.
Oh dear.
It's a nat 1, so it's 2.
I got 2 plus so 6.
Well, a minute win there.
I'll go.
Styles, you'd hit first.
16.
That will hit.
1 hit for Styles. Onto Piecard.
Good one, Mr. Styles. Good one.
Piecard, you retaliate.
You surely do. 17.
It's
1 hand back. I imagine at this point you're just sort of like, dunk, dunk. Graceful
Forgot to
fight.
say, pie card, you get a +2 to your damage.
Is it to his attack roll or just to his damage? Because damage.
I'm not trying to do damage.
It's damage, not mine. It's just your attack.
Yeah. Roll for your dex
I
again,
think it's
gentlemen.
damage.
8.
19. I'm bringing it back.
Okay. Piecard, you're first to hit.
And it is a 6.
Misses as Styles dodges out of the way. Styles retaliate.
Oh dear, 7.
You both miss.
Yeah.
At this point, there's boos begin to come from the crowd as you first just come in, like, patted each other with the swords and then both seemingly missed. Roll again for dex.
9.
15.
15. Hit first.
9.
Misses. I will retaliate.
Pie card.
Nat 20 for 21.
Nat 20. You get a nice good hit on him. The crowd begins to perk up a little bit now the action seems to intensify.
Come on!
Roll again for Dex.
Dex.
18.
12.
Strike again, Styles.
17. Yeah, 17.
That will do it.
Styles strikes, 2 for Styles. Pie card, if you can retaliate and hit, you'll win the round.
12?
No, didn't hit.
You slash and Styles dodges out the way. The crowd goes wild. It's all on the last hit, ladies and gentlemen. A true battle. None of this tomfoolery. Roll for Dex.
21.
16.
Okay.
What did you get?
21.
Roll to hit. If you hit, you win.
7.
Slashing, Styles takes the moment to step back. Styles, if you can retaliate, you win.
Yeah, I suppose I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
Like clashy blades, little fight, like ching, ching, ching.
Yeah. He rolls
One arm behind your back and everything.
Yeah,
14.
14.
that will do it.
How do you want to finish him?
Just. Nothing major, just a little.
A rapid movement of sword followed by a gentle tap to the shoulder.
Yeah.
A gentleman's duel!
Well done. Well done, you got me.
But will it be gentlemanly? In the final battle, Skerrick versus Styles. At this point, you see money begin to pass round in the crowds. A lot of people are betting on Skerrick for this one.
I just take my flask and just walk over towards it to take a drink and say, anything you can do to help?
I will.
It's your chance to take vengeance.
I'll cast Fireball on Scarrick. I will. All I can really do is I'll try and help you out. Don't worry. I'll cast Bane on Scarrick. Try to cast Bane on Scarrick again.
Okay.
Charisma save.
The whisper from the crowd as
That would
Skerrick's
be
beginning to psych in the middle.
Yeah, he fails.
Bane.
So you have to minus a d4 to each of your attack rolls.
As you stand in the ring, I'd imagine Skerrick standing in the centre.
Do the D4.
It'll be from your attack rolls when you attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get to add a D4 to that, don't I, when I'm blessing myself?
Oh yeah, because you're still blessed, so it'll just cancel
So-
out.
You add a d4 and then you take
So
off a
just not
d4.
But then
Okay.
minus one. I'd say just take the D4 away for ease. Unless you want to add and take away, it's up to you.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
No, it's much easier. Just get rid of the D4 for me.
For this battle. It's not life-threatening. So Skerrick stands in the centre of the ring. A few of the people chanting his name as they begin to... There's a fair bit of money riding on this for Skerrick to win, and they've seen him in action. He's unhittable, really. He stands in the centre, just eyeing you up, Styles, as you walk around him. Roll for dexterity.
7.
That's 3.
You hit first, Styles. Roll for attack.
Did you get through? Did that come through? Because that was a hard
Yeah,
dice.
yeah. That came through.
21.
Fuck.
21.
Nice.
What's your armour, Skerrick?
22, innit?
That was a 20. Yeah, he's hit.
I got
Nice.
21. What did you get? What's your armor class?
It's only 20.
20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Nice.
Styles gets the first hit, finding a weak spot and jabbing through.
I'd like to think I didn't even see it coming and just be like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. There's no pain in
Not
this.
used
it's
to people
just thingy.
getting it in.
Retaliation, Skerrick.
Right. 16.
That hits.
Oh, yeah, beats it, innit?
You instantly flick back, just cock-handing him with the back of your blade as you retaliate to the jab. Rough dex. 2 hits first.
18.
4.
Roll for attack. Styles.
12.
12. Misses this time. As Scarrick, now prepared, blocks it with his arm.
That's a 5.
5. Managing to dodge out the way as you duck underneath the retaliation.
You can't, I use my uncanny dodge or anything.
What would you need to use it for?
Yeah, what were you going to use uncanny dodge for?
Is that,
It don't
any-
have
just-
damage with it.
Yeah.
It just negates damage. That does. So.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Ozzy? Were you going to do something?
Yeah, I was gonna like I pull my guitar around and I start like riffing along with the pace of the battle, and as I'm doing it, I subtly cast bardic inspiration to Styles, so you can add a D8 to anything. At
Nice.
some point.
Okay, so it's 1 each for Styles and Scarrick as we go into the next round. Roll for dex.
7.
5.
Not that you need it.
Styles, roll for attack. This is where you might need the D8.
Do I have to declare before I roll that I'm going to use the D8 now?
No, you can do it after.
No, I've always added it after.
Yeah.
Because I'm normally his favourite.
14.
With the D8.
No, I've not used the D8 this time.
You could if you wanted. Okay, misses.
Yeah, but then I risk. I want
True.
better odds.
Scarrick, roll back.
14.
Miss.
The crowd are tense now. There's some chuntering. This is like, hang on, they've both got a hit in. What's going on here? Like, this should be an easy win. Roll your dexes. See who is first next.
17.
0.
0.
Middle one. You go first, Styles. Roll to hit.
I'm going to use my D8. Shit, 17.
Oh.
I got 1 on the D8.
Oh no.
You swing and miss as Styles
And I got a
blocks out the
19.
way. 19.
Hits.
It's a hit for Scarrick. It's 2-1 to Scarrick. The crowd come back in pace and begin to cheer again. Roll for your dexes.
I'm gonna cast whole person on Scarrick.
Nice.
Oh, you bastard.
Just as they're about
You
to go into
bastard.
this next
Right,
thing.
when I get a
Then-
good
You need
one.
to make a wisdom save.
Right. Wisdom save.
Oh, fuck off.
23.
Done that.
Why is he so goddamn wise? Okay, roll for dex.
10
Good
out.
effort there, was he?
Yeah, I got a 19 for my dex.
Okay. Roll to strike whoever hits first. Is it Scarrick?
Did I hit first? I didn't hear what Styles
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, you roll.
Yeah. Roll to attack. Scarrick.
Fuck off. 4.
You swing and a miss as Styles ducks out of the
Well,
way. I imagine
Styles.
there's quite a lot of activity. Styles is like swinging around you and you're just in the centre trying to keep your head. Styles
12.
retaliate. Not good enough. The crowd begin to get pissed off again. It's going back to a stalemate. Dex again.
Dexterous first is the protected.
Natural 20 for 24.
Nice.
Nice.
2.
Roll to hit. Styles.
Come on, Stars.
14.
Roll to hit Scarrick.
Oops. Hey. Fucking 4 plus 3, 7.
As you swing and miss, Ozzy and Picard, in the crowd, you begin to feel a sway. There's pissed off people in here. They want this fight to be over. They want people to win. All of a sudden, someone breaks free You see someone charge into the circle. They come across, make a roll for Scarrick. Miss. Scarrick, make a retaliation.
11 plus 3, is it?
Yep,
Yeah,
your
14.
sword swings around, clocking this guy in the face. The guy's jaw just... And at this, the entire crowd just begins to charge into the middle of the ring. It's up to you two on the outside what you do within this chaos. For you in the middle, you're all of a sudden involved in this brawl where tankards are being thrown at people. People are fighting. People are picking up some of the wooden swords from the thing and swinging them at each other. You see coins flying everywhere. There's just absolute chaos in the center. Ozzy and Picard, what do you wish to do?
I think I'd just like stand there in amazement that it's like ended up like this and be like, oh, okay. Maybe I'm gonna look around for the sword.
Yeah,
the winning sword.
You see on the outside the crowd, the vendor for the stall is beginning to try and pull people off and get into the center to try and get his property and just break people up. And the chest is unoccupied.
I'm just gonna go over to the chest and take the sword.
You charge across, looking around, but all the chaos is on here. Some of the guards are going to come in. You take the scabbard, pocket it, and leg it into the street. Picard, what do you wish to do?
Christ. I think I'm just gonna
Fireball.
I was looking at my spells and I'm thinking, is there a thing?
Do I want to
would
melt
be-
faces
Mass
today?
crowd kill.
Yeah, Packard's just gonna remain there in amazement. I think.
It's like all the people that were around you have just surged into immediately. You just sort of stood there, like looking around. Now, no one there.
Yeah.
After like 5-10 minutes of you two in the middle, ducking and diving, a few rogue hits getting in. Scarrick, you just sort of like picking people up and tossing them out. Styles, you ducking
I'd
underneath
like to think
people.
I'd just be laughing and just
Yeah, yeah.
like fucking knocking people
It's
out.
all good fun and games. No one's drawn swords or anything. It's just fists and a little bit of a ruckus. After 10-15 minutes of the guards pulling people off, people just generally getting bored and tired, everything settles back down and the town begins to return to normal. Some people hugging each other after the battle, blood dripping from their thingies, telling tales as they go away with their tankards, heading to the nearest store to get picked up. You see the vendor like picking up all this gear. You just hear him muttering to himself, every bloody year something like this happens, they're never happy with what it is. And he's like collecting up his swords, and he locks the chest and then begins to drag it back to his home without checking inside.
Well, I suppose we'll never find out, Styles.
No, good match, good little
Good
fight.
fight. You're a fast fucker.
Yeah, and you're a tank. I assume that'd be some heavily armoured thing that might be invented someday.
And as you mingle back into the crowd and the day goes past, what do you guys want to do? We can proceed and carry on with the cliff if you want a thingy.
Is there a
Just have a
market
quick wee break.
stall, did you say, with like interesting shops?
There isn't so much shops, it's more like goods and wares, like food and drink. There is another stall of like sort of an activity, but there isn't trade as such. But the cliff, I'd say it's coming up to almost the cliff jumping time.
Yeah, we can do it.
Happy to push on a bit, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, quick
Cool.
wee
Quick
break.
wee break,
Sort of
and
buy
then
and
we
pick
will
up drinks on the way.
thingy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So after the battle, sort of brushing off where you've been hit, just general atmosphere. Some of the people are coming out, laughing, joking. You hear as you're walking around the market, this time tucking into some more like lunch products. There's like summer stews, cured meats, that sort of thing, all about, and it's just a delight to the tastes. You hear people talking about Picard and saying, well, I guess the gods can't bless you all the time, love, and all this sort of thing as tales and rumours just begin to spread and this general joviality. people slowly begin to head up towards the cliffs, making their way out town. You see some people changed into sort of swimwear, just simple sort of loincloths and stuff like that. And they head up the hill, heading out of town. You hear people talking as they go in. The cliff jumping isn't so much an event where there is a prize, it's more just entertaining each other and jumping and just making a performance of it, if you know what I mean. But if you want to stock up our drinks and head up, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, grab a few drinks.
Heading back to Jolly Roger, you stock up on a few drinks and filling almost like a 3-tiered flask where you can unscrew the top section and get another vial underneath with different liqueurs and treats.
I pull out the prize-winning sword. Is it sword?
So that mainly works around the town as you sort of pull that out, and a few of the places you're seeing that sell like local meads and some of the meads that you tried in a mead tasting. The people instantly recognise it. It's something that's there every year, and as you pull it out and sort of smell it, it has the scent of ale and wine and just age inside it. It's made of an aged leather and wood, which seems to have seeped in over time. As people see it in the crowd, where you'd normally have to pay for a drink, they're like, the sloshing scabbard, and they grasp it and begin to fill it with mead and all this stuff, and they encourage you to drink it straight away, which tends to be the tradition, but it's up to you whether you do or not.
Oh, I do.
You begin to down these scabbards, and it's a great sword as well. So it's
I share it with everyone though, like, because obviously no one really wanted this, so
yeah,
I share it with the group.
As you get round to like the third or fourth place of doing this, you hear someone in the crowd, someone who's got like blood just drying underneath his nose. Hang on, no one won that.
I think you'll find that we did.
What do you mean? The last fight was a scrap. We were all involved. That should be mine as well as yours. Who gave you that anyway?
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Hey,
you see that, just push him out the way and sort of staggers back.
Fuck off.
Yeah, is that... And he's sort of stuttering for words.
I turn around and my eyes, I use like magic illusions to like my eyes glow bright red, and my voice like bellows out to him. Like, no, in his head he hears
Look, kid, what did I just say? Fuck off.
He's like, alright, and sort of fades back into the crowd. You carry on heading round at your own will. And then after some time, when you're full and had a nice drink, you head up to the cliff. Ready for the cliff jumping. Is it anything you'd wish to partake in, or is it just something you'd wish to watch as you watch people dive?
I'll partake.
You have to sign up.
How does it work? Is it?
It's more. There's a group of people that you see sort of stretching at top of the cliff, and there's a group slightly further down as it curves, just with a good view of the water. As you look down, you see there's a small like flotilla of boats, little rafts in the ocean, some small rowing boats that just sort of form a little crowd around the base.
Well, as the winner of the pie contest and the runner-up, or one of the finalists in Battles of the Blade, I'm going to skip this one, I think, and just spectate for a change.
You head down to a corner where there's a few people just generally talking, enjoying the sun, which is now getting a bit lower in the sky, but still a lovely warmth flooding over you as you enjoy your food and drink that you've brought up with you. You see a few of the contenders. There's a teen who looks quite physically fit. Another teen with him with big mop of brown hair. They're chatting and sort of bantering together. There's another female, similar age to them, and a middle-aged man who seems bald but sort of composing himself before the jump.
I'm going to go up to the edge and like start stretching.
One of them comes up. Oh, are you going to be jumping with us?
I bloody well am. And I start removing all my clothes.
Nice. Have you done it before?
Nope.
Right. Well, there's 3 points, and he sort of ushers you to the edge and points over.
I'm now naked.
Right. There's the lowest, the middle, and the highest.
Yep.
The highest, the most difficult to pull off, but
I will.
you just do what you want.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna do the
He
highest.
sort of backs away.
I
You
start
wish to
heading.
go first?
Yes.
Okay. You come to the edge of the cliff, and you're at the very peak where the grass edges over the rock, and it's a bit of an underhang, so you can see below just the sea. It's quite far. You're talking like about 40 feet, and you're looking down. Make a bravery check, which would be
Bravery check.
I guess an intimidation save.
An intimidation save. I don't think
Is there an
that's a
intimidation
thing.
save?
No.
Yeah. Oh, intelligence. There's an intelligence. Sorry, no.
What saves you got?
well,
Constitution.
You can
Constitution,
charisma, wisdom,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Constitution, dex.
Yeah.
I'd
So have
say
you got the balls?
Comms
Yeah,
go like
keep your head.
bravery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution save.
19. 20.
You got a +2 on that.
23.
Nice.
No, 22.
You look out across the water, and at first you're a bit like, but
Oh, it is quite high. Good job I got all this
shrug it down.
beer confidence in me.
Would you say you are drunk at this point?
I would say I'm tipsy.
You have just
like,
done
I'm
a
on my
few
way.
sloshes of mead, yeah.
Like
Okay.
I'm on my way. Yeah.
Then you leap forward, and your performance check will be at disadvantage.
Oh, well, I was going to do a
not that
spell
drunk.
which
Okay, yeah, do a
might
spell first,
negate it. So what I was going to do was take a running jump and like basically like jump and like go into a dive, but then I was going to use polymorph to transform into a goldfish as I go down.
Okay, yeah, I'd say that will negate the performance. That'll be part of your act.
Cool.
So you charge the edge, eyes set. Some of the people, like the divers who've done this before, just looking at you a bit like, "What's he doing?" And you run, diving forward. You hit a crowd, just an intake of breath. And as you sort of reach your arc and begin to come down, you hear a cry as Ellie shoots down and begins to twirl around you as you're spinning. As she twirls around you, she blows fire out of her mouth. And as she does, you just into this goldfish.
But it's
The
a purple
crowd are
fish.
like-
It's a purple goldfish.
Purple goldfish, which they see. Oh, there's crowds and cheers as they clap as you just into the water. For the rest of you who are sort of on the top just waiting to go, who else is jumping, by the way?
I will be, but
Gary.
not making a song and dance bit yet.
Not
Yeah, but as you're sort of there with the top, the others are like, oh, that's not very traditional. Most of us just do flips and twists. It's very showman-y, but there's a general
me.
disgruntledness in the divers, but the crowd don't care. They loved it. They loved it. And as you sort of resurface, turning back into your form, a few people rowed a boat across and pull you on board, and they're like, "That was amazing! Well
Oh,
done,
thank you.
well
Yeah,
done!"
that was
They're
fun.
passing you a drink and cheering, and they begin to row back, and they sort of ferry you to shore so you can get dried off and head back up. Who would like to go next? One of the others before you, Scarrick?
If no one else is going, then. So
Yeah.
I'd like to say I took a little bit of time, maybe during that jump, to gather some like grasses, dry grasses and stuff,
Okay.
and try and knit them into like, or just like tuck them into like leather straps around me a little bit.
Okay.
And
You're
I've also
stripping your armor
stripped down to my loincloth.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, because otherwise they're looking at you like
And-
he's gonna sink like a fucking brick.
So it's some sort of like maybe a bit of a back section
Yeah.
of grass and like maybe like boots, sort of like grassy boots or whatever.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna, just before going, like set fire to them so they're like all smoky.
Are you wearing your
Loads of
helmet
smoke
or
coming
not?
off. I'm wearing my helmet.
Okay. Yeah, just check that.
And I'll just start running.
Are you
as I'm
going from the
running, I've
highest,
got my
or-
bagpipes. I'm going
Okay.
from the highest.
All right.
And I've got my bagpipes, so I'm just like
So
as I'm running.
You know.
as the rest of the divers, the ones who've done this before, are sort of peering over the edge, just complaining about Aussie's showmanship, they turn as they hear this noise, and what they see before them is this short, stocky, predominantly ginger and silver-haired dwarf. Like, I'd imagine most of your hair on your body's ginger, but your hair is white, isn't it? They see you charging towards them, this loincloth flapping in the wind, and just your full self on show. The smoke billowing behind you in a trail from the grasses that you just lit, and this wail of a bagpipes coming as they make a performance check with advantage.
Uh, 15.
15. You dive forward, and as you get into the air, you instantly realise you are 40 feet above an endless ocean. Your bagpipes just fly out your hands as you begin to flail wildly. Your smoke trail just spiraling as your body begins to thingy. You, with your like stocky mash, you manage to almost like skydive down a bit, and you do stay horizontal, but your arms are flapping and you're flailing as you. A huge eruption of water just crashes out as you land. Your stomach almost taking the force of what you'd feel like a javelin to it as you hit water that could be almost like concrete to you. Your helmet stays on, you manage to breathe, but instantly people are like flowing boats across to you because they think you could well be injured. As you resurface, they just look at you, and what's your expression like?
Just joyous. They're just like, huh?
They're like, bloody hell, praise the gods, and begin to like drag you onto the rafts and sort of get you on board.
It's good, no?
As the crowd is like rush to the edge, just look over and check you're alright, and when they see that you are, they begin to cheer rapidly. As you two dry
Don't
yourself off.
forget my pipes.
Oh yes, one of the boats sort of drags them out of the water. They're like sodding wet, the water just pouring out of all the thingies, and they bring them across to you. As you two head back up,
That was an impressive belly flop. You meant to do that, right?
I like to make a splash.
Yeah. It was a pretty big splash.
you see some of the others begin to dive off and gracefully like twists and turns and rotations and pikes as they land into the water. The crowd clapping, but not quite as vigorous as when you put on your shows. You head back up, meeting up with your friends who are sitting watching the show. And Ozzy, as you look across the cliff, just past this jumping point, you see near the blowhole where sort of the Widow's Peak is, the highest point of the cliffs that looks out across the ocean. And you see a solitary figure there. A man in silver armor. Perhaps someone that you've been looking for.
Okay. As everyone...
I was going to say, I presume from now most of you are just spending the afternoon here, eating, drinking, just watching the next people. They're doing rounds of coming up and going again.
As people are just sort of watching, I just like slip away.
Okay.
To the guy.
As you make your way round and get a little closer, you see that the figure is Bruce, the man that you'd met in the tavern a few nights before. His sword is drawn but buried in the earth, and he appears to be knelt behind it in prayer. You look around and see you're alone. As he's before you.
slowly approach. Bruce, is it?
You hear him sort of talking under his breath, and he just comes out with a slight trance. Yes, it's Bruce.
I
spoke with you the other day.
Yeah, we met the other day in the tavern. The friend I was
Ozzy,
with.
was it?
It is Ozzy, yeah. I apologize for my friend who battering rammed you.
It's no trouble. No trouble at all.
I was hoping I'd bump into you again.
Oh, I see.
I had some things I wanted to ask you. How are you enjoying the festival anyway? Like, this is all for Pelor, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
That's your patron, is it?
I see you know your symbology. Yes. And I was just spending some time with him. I sometimes feel these festivities miss the point at times, but
Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of heavy focus on, getting drunk and sleeping with women and spiders and stuff, and people sometimes miss sight of what it should be about, which is, what should it be about?
well, these festivals are designed to take a break from the everyday rigor of life and
Yep.
just spend some time to reflect.
Yeah, reflection. Yeah, that's.
You ever lost anyone, Ozzy?
Oh,
Because it's
yeah, I have.
times like these that you can think about them if you choose.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of
Anyway.
the opposite effect for me. I use these times to try to forget about those things, to be honest. But whatever keeps you sane, it lets you sleep at night, right?
True.
Um.
What did you want to ask me about?
Well, you're a man of the gods. A holy man.
That I am.
I wanted to ask your opinion on something. There's a friend of mine. He's a man of divinity as well.
See,
He's a paladin, not unlike yourself.
I have followed a code and I've honed my skills. I'm sure like he will as well.
Yeah.
How far is he on his journey?
Oh well, I mean he's been around the block a few times. He's getting on a bit. He fought in the wars back in the day. He his deity. He's of dwarvish descent. His deity was, what was it, Moradin? Moradin, the dwarven god. But
I've heard of him, I believe, but I don't specialize too much in other races.
oh, that's fair. Well, recently he's been having like dreams, and this other deity has been reaching out to him, offering him, well, the allure of power and a new direction, so to speak.
I see.
It's Paremius. Have you heard of
Remius,
this?
you say?
Yeah, and we've spoke about it, and
You see, as you're talking, he puts his sword away and pulls a book from his pocket. Begins to flick through. Still listening.
now he was a little bit concerned about it at first because it's just all a bit weird, but we spoke about it, and there's nothing wrong with like seeking power and stuff, and just the other night, last night, our friend died. Don't really know how, but my paladin friend used Pyremius to bring him back from the dead, right? So how fucking ace is this Pyremius guy, right?
Sit with me, Ozzy.
Okay.
And he ushers as he sort of sits back on a small stone. Tell me, what do you know of the Outer Planes?
Oh, well,
He begins to sort of collect some stones up as he listens.
not a great deal. Although between you and me, we're actually looking to travel to like the Astral Sea soon. Yeah, as you do. But I don't. Yeah, other than that, I don't really know much.
The thing you're talking about is different from what I mean.
Oh.
Let me show you. And he begins to lay stones on the ground and draw out some lines. Do you have someone you look to? A god or deity? Someone you seek advice from, or do you just drift in the wind?
I learned a long time ago that the only person you can really trust is yourself.
Perhaps you weren't seeking the right person. All the good and evil we look to has a place, Ozzy. And these places form the Outer Planes. There are 17 in total. You most likely have heard of the Abyss, home of all kinds of evil. Perhaps you've heard people talk of the 9 Hells, the common tongue for the plane named Battle. Pelor, the god we worship here, resides in Elysium. And your friend's deity resides in the grey wastes of Hades.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely place.
Simply put, it's the Free Glooms.
Oh.
A plane named for its lack of colour. Everything greyed out and bleached. This is a plane that is a land for evil, and solely evil.
Wow.
Chaos and law are in an equal balance throughout this dismal wasteland.
Why would a good god live there?
That's the thing, Ozzy. This form, this being, Pyremius. He is the god of fire, poison, and murder. His appearance is a grotesque man. He has many human worshippers, but most creatures like fire newts, grimlocks, and the people of the Siluese.
What?
This is listen. This worries me slightly. However, I do not want you to be afraid. For I had a brother. And
What happened to your
During-
brother?
during a time we were taken from the material plane to a demi-plane. He sort of lays out the stones and points, and a demi-plane sits in between others. It's not quite material, it's not quite outer. During this time, my brother was infected with evil, you could say. But although his evil gave him powers and inherently it was bad, he did good with it. He strived for good.
Yeah.
I am by no way saying your friend is lost, but he will need a solid guide. He will need someone to show him the right path, show him how to use his powers for good.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Why?
Ozzy,
Oh, go on.
how long have you known this friend?
Oh, well, we go way back.
That's what I feared.
He used to. Oh.
Let me tell you about my brother. His condition, and that he must eat the dirt from a grave every day or die. I supported him in this when he was doing good and when we fought together. Over the years, his mind took a turn. He began to stray from the path, and you see a tear begin to well up in his eyes. One day I had to make a decision. I fed him dirt that wasn't from a grave.
What the fuck, Bruce?
And I'm sure you can imagine the result. Listen to me, and he grasps your hands.
Oh.
Always remember, if he goes too far, it's your responsibility to make sure the people around him are safe.
Oh, well, yeah. But he's the paladin. He knows what he's doing, right? Like he
Doesn't matter, Ozzy. Paladins are not always good.
Well, Scarrig is good. He's the goodest person.
Let's
That's the
go
word.
your hands and
The
sit
goodest
back.
person I know.
Perhaps it's not too late.
He always does the right thing, and he's always looked out for me and steered me on the right path. He does the steering, not me.
One day, Ozzy, you will have to take the reins. I just hope you don't have to make the decision I did. Please, take this, and he rips a page from his book. And he gives you this. I'll put it in everyone's because they'll all want to see it. This is a map of the Outer Plains.
Oh wow.
If you wish to find knowledge of this, take this to someone who knows, and perhaps they will be able to help you further. Just pray to the good gods that you will be able to help him.
Would you say that Paremius is kind of on a level of like Ayus?
Ayus is a mere demigod compared to Pyremius, child.
Also, Paremius is worse than Ayus?
The world works in weird ways. Pyremius is often worshipped by the Siluese, a band of people who once were strong. They had an imperium. They lived in what is now known as the Sea of Dust.
Another pleasant name.
It was not always so. Listen, Ozzy. They're seeking for power. They're worshipping of such evil. led to an event. Listen. The event was called the Reign of the Colorless Fire, and it literally destroyed their entire realm. They had to flee across the Flanness. Their people are now scattered. It doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter. All that matters is you look after your friend, and you ensure he is okay, and he is on the good path. Like I said, my brother was poisoned, but he was good for many years.
Oh, well,
he did great things.
That's good to know. We got a few years left in him till he creates a fucking world-changing flammable event.
He loves fire too.
He's doing a lot of burning recently. He's really into his fire at the moment.
Then perhaps it's time you found a faith. And he points to the upper planes on the diagram. This half of the outer planes represents good, and this half evil. Hades is the lowest of low of the outer planes.
Oh, great.
However, we are worshipping the highest of high in Pelor.
Right.
I'm sorry you've had to burden this information. But it's important you take responsibility, Ozzy. This isn't a flippant game. And people like Pyramus, the people that worship him, get everywhere. No, it doesn't matter. I've been here too many years. You haven't heard of a brotherhood, have you?
Well, actually, yeah. The Scarlet Brotherhood?
You are not involved with them, are you?
Absolutely.
Hand sort of moves towards
Absolutely not. Like, we've been fighting them.
Okay. They are linked with the Silues, and they're in hand Pyramus. He is the god of assassins as well, you know.
Oh my god.
Listen, Ozzy. And he comes close again. Just because someone follows something doesn't mean they can change, and it doesn't mean they're evil. Keep him on the path.
But I'm the least responsible person. Like, I should not be the one.
He smacks you across the face.
Ow!
Then you need to get responsibility.
Why is everyone hitting me today?
Look at you. People would assume you're evil and you're not, I can tell. You can do this, Ozzy. Guide him. Take this. He reaches inside his armor, sort of reaching down into his chest plate, and he pulls out like a necklace, an object on a chain. The object is in the shape of a sun, and he puts it into your palm. This is limited in its power, but use it as a focus if you need.
This is what I think it is. Holy shit, Bruce.
Listen. Do not tell him what I've told you. It may push him too far. Stay quiet, stay close. It may take time. But I'm sure you will be able to save him. I hope you'll be able to save him.
You know what? I think this was probably just... I should never really said anything. Like, I think he's probably... I don't think the dreams are actually...
He's fine.
I think... did he say Parry? He said Prometheus. I think it was Prometheus. I think we're probably thinking of a different... I think he said
he stands up
his
away.
god was... It was like Mount Celestia. Like, he's one of the upper ones. One of the Arcadia. No, that's a spider at Glastonbury. No, which one am I thinking? I think I've misheard. It was a different one. So we didn't forget about this conversation.
Keep it safe, Ozzy.
Yeah.
May need it in the time of need.
Bruce. Can you look into my soul and tell me if I'm a good person? Please.
Meet me here tomorrow at noon. And we will let Pelor decide.
Okay.
In fact, he says, meet me here on the 4th at noon. And we will let Pelor decide.
Okay.
But I believe you are, Ozzy.
Yeah, I'm also sure. I've done some bad things.
Nothing that cannot be forgiven.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'll be able to forgive myself, though.
That is what the gods are there for. It's not up to the mortal man.
It's nice meeting you again, Bruce.
I'm glad you told me.
You're not gonna hurt him, are you?
No. I do not think our paths will cross again.
Okay.
After this.
Right.
But I will pray for you.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back and watch over my evil friend. Yeah, right. See ya. Oh, I think you just
And as
froze.
you guys
I
are
think you just
sitting-
froze there, Paul. I don't know if you.
Did I?
Yeah.
I just stopped. I said farewell and then
Oh,
I just
okay.
stopped. And as you
So I've got a
guys...
quick thing to throw in if you were going to end it.
Go on.
Because so before he comes back, he won't find me. I will have slipped away.
Okay.
Everyone's
I was going to say we'd go
Well,
to
you
you
to do
two.
it.
We were going to go to you two on... Are you free on the cliffside sort of enjoying the beer and the thingy? So if there's anything you wish to do, then do it now.
Yeah, so I've slipped away to try and find her. Is it Hawkins farm?
Okay.
The woman who was
Okay, yeah.
pleading
Yeah.
with Ozzy.
Yeah, the woman's...
As
Um,
discreetly as I can, I'd want to find that. And maybe if I'd see them inside or whatever, if they're in,
Okay.
I would wrap a little package with 400 gold in it saying I'm sorry on it and just leave it on the doorstep and
So-
knock and run away.
You head up. It's getting to sort of late afternoon now. The sun is beginning to get low. A similar time to when the incident happened yesterday. You followed a track out of town the way the man was going that you followed last night. And a short way you see a small farmhouse. Gurney's Farm is written on the sign, and you see a small trail leading to a simple abode. As you come up, you see inside the woman you'd seen in the market. She's tending to two younger girls, one around the age of 5 and the other around the age of 10, laying dinner on a simple table, her hair still ratty and her face tired. They don't notice you as you come, and wrapping the small package and laying it on the door, you slip away, checking no one had seen.
And I'm just gonna slip away to the brothel boat and book the night with Pixie.
Whee!
Spend the night crying with her. Not actually doing anything, just hugging her and crying.
Nice.
Or being hugged.
Wow.
That's hot.
Services are you wish, so you head down to the boat and spend the money and head down to the room. As you walk through your shoulders slump and slowly taking your armor off her, preparing to service you, you just lay as she lays next to you, head on your chest, listening to your heartbeat. Ozzy, as you come back down from the hillside, you see Picard and Styles watching the sun begin to lower in the sky, the ships in the harbour moving out, and lights beginning to illuminate along the coastline.
Oh, wait. Oh, what happened to Scarrick?
He was just right. And you were just right.
Yeah.
I guess you guys both slipped away independently of each other.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that we're just mesmerised by the sunset. It's so nice setting over the cliffs.
Lovely here.
Yeah, I just had a quick walk over there just to grab a few more drinks.
Where
Where are the drinks?
Well, I drank them on the way back. I was really thirsty from all the walking around, so sorry.
Should we?
They were nice though.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Should we go back to the bar then?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Scarrick will know to meet us out there. Are we spending another night in the brothely place? What was it called? Body boat.
Might be rude.
We should probably should.
Yeah. You used to us back.
I would recommend a room.
I think
yes. The way I've seen you walk all day and bruises on your anus and tail.
I have been. My body has been through a ringer. Like I've had Parker kicking me in the shins. I've had Bruce slap it. There's some guy earlier slapped me in the face, and I had an assortment of contraptions put inside me, and I don't think my body could take much more of this. To be honest, I'm getting too old for this shit. But so, if anyone else wants to take the room tonight, I will not be in there. So it's open for someone else.
I think I'm going to try Pixie tonight.
I think I might try that Pixie tonight.
I was going to say, as you head back down to the boat, having a few more drinks as the night draws in, you then head to the Bonnie boat. As you come in and check in and try and, as you, Styles, try and book in your room a nightshade. Unfortunately, Manavex informs you that she's been booked out for the evening.
What?
Unfortunately, the only ones left are the Ox.
He's going to go in there anyway and fucking drag the other guy out. Unhand her, you heathen!
The Ox, the Maiden, the Sphinx, and Captain Ivana.
Not a very good captain, I'll tell you that for free.
I'm going to return to the what was the name of the pub, the bar ship,
Jolly
the pub
Roger.
ship. Jolly Roger.
Yeah, Jolly Roger. Yeah.
And just stare at, position myself so I can get drinks, but look at the gangway onto the funny boat.
Okay, yeah, got you.
I'm going to go with the Ox.
The Ox.
Oh, no, because I'm feeling tender. I'm feeling the Ox sounds intense.
Feeling tender, I'll go with the Ox.
But I do want, before the week is up, I want to go with the Ox. How many? Oh, I'm not going to be able to get through them all.
The page boy's free.
No.
Oh, no.
I'll go with the Sphinx tonight.
The Sphinx, okay. As you head down into a room, she leads you into a desert sort of environment. And in a room filled with what appears to be sandstone and rubies, there is a woman crouched on all fours with a large headdress. She's tabaxi.
Oh, you
half cat.
You're already in the position I was going to ask you to be in. Nice.
And she's dressed in flowing spikes of gold and tan. As she sits on her back feet, her eyes open as you enter the room. You must answer my riddles, child.
Oh, are they sexy riddles?
And she begins with the first one. What always runs but never walks, often murmurs, never talks, has a bed but never sleeps, an open mouth that never eats.
Packard knows this one, but he's not in the room.
Is it sex?
Unlucky, and she begins to draw on a large shawl. Make an intelligence check, Ozzy.
If he scores highly, you're going to give him hints.
I do not score highly. 4.
You spend a frustrating night sitting
Oh,
in front of
God
this
damn it.
woman who gives you riddle after riddle. The answers never quite reaching the tip of your tongue.
Ozzy wouldn't know this shit.
Yeah. You slowly sitting there getting more and more depressed until I assume you give up over frustration or you persist all night till morning breaks.
Yeah, I would just persist all night, I think.
Okay. And as everyone turns in for the evening, we'll finish tonight's session ready for day 3. Day per session, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that ends session 36.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you wish to identify the item you have,
Yeah, I suppose I would do that, yeah.
probably either while you're on the Jolly Roger. It's the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it fucking is.
Let me double check that that's what it is.
As if he's just giving me that.
Is that the thing that held Strahd down or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It like does loads of
Weakened it or
like
something.
holy shit. Like
It's good.
Radiant
but
damage.
it's good for
it
like
is also
undead and
limited in certain-
vampires.
Hmm.
Because obviously it was good for that campaign. As if he gave me that. As if he fucking killed his own brother. Excuse me, Paul.
Hey, man.
I think you found you killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your character.
You did
How
it.
am I supposed
You
to
killed Bond.
How am I
Brother.
supposed to tell Bonner about this?
You need to get him the clip and just show him it, and then he'll know.
God.
Bruce would if he turned evil.
yeah, he
He's
would.
ruled by good.
He would.
Is this after the campaign he turned evil then?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's obviously travelled, and so after the campaign they all left Barovia, and then over the years, I mean, this infliction was always something that would have
Yeah, because
eventually driven anyone mad. He basically had like devil angel wings.
he got
he spouted-
killed in Barovia,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
came back.
And he was brought back at a cost, basically, and he had to eat grave dirt all the time, and it just
1 pound of grave dirt every day,
Just-
otherwise he would die.
slowly turned him mad, I suppose. Because after the campaign, Bruce, Blight, and Esmeralda went off, like setting up their own evil fighting
Yeah,
group, didn't they? Well, I can't remember.
but it's hard to know what the grasps of Barovia do when you're not in the mists.
Mm.
It's a very different realm.
Oh dear.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you killed your own brother.
Well, that's not me
Painful
anymore.
task. Brought a tear to my eye, to be fair.
Maybe
Yeah,
and
and
brother killer.
now you know where Pyramus is from.
Yeah, that's not good. Ozzy's very much in denial right now.